The room. Hey, everybody, come on in the room. Hey, everybody, come on in the room. I know that I've used up all my notifications, so the notifications are not going to go out. So it's going to be slow. Hey, Glock, how you doing, baby? Hey, Jolly Rancher, how you doing, boo? I can't with Rico either. I was over there, and I had creeped over there and I was looking and I was like, for what? It's the same stuff over and over again. You know, I'm so tired of Rico blaming me for stuff. I don't understand what it is. No one told him to go over yonder and attack any damn body on behalf of Tracy. Hey, Egyptian, how you doing, baby? And nobody told him that. So you had to about, oh, well, when I was with Tracy, you know, I was calling Chopper. No, you were calling him names because you wanted to call him names. Don't be trying to blame me for a damn thing. Exactly. I'm sick of it. I'm like, at what point do you just wake up and, I mean, don't blame me for a damn thing. Hey, Bright Streets, how you doing, baby? Sick of him blaming me for stuff. Blame your own self. Hey, living my best life. Hey, SAPD. I'm sick of him over there blaming me for damn stuff. Blame your own self. And then she's about, oh, Rico, can you put up your Cash App? Don't nobody want to donate to Rico, Brianna? Don't nobody want to donate to Rico? Hey, Kisha, how you doing, baby? She did about put up your Cash App. People in the chat was like, I don't think so. Baby, Trey was in there. Trey was like, no, I am not giving him no money to drink up. And I said, amen. Ain't nobody enabling his behaviors, Brianna, but you. Do you want to send him some food? Because you sure don't need it. Why don't you send him some food, Brianna? Hey, Queen Naima, how you doing? Hey, Suge. It's ridiculous. I'm like, here he is over here. She's about, put your Cash App down. Child, ain't nobody giving him no money. Why don't you miss a meal or two and give him some money? Child, please. Okay. I'm like, is she okay? I don't think so. And it's the same mess over and over again, Esri. I just don't get it. The same lies, the same mess, the same thing over and over again. How many times can you interview some damn body? Really, how many times can you do it? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what is really going on? Y'all, I must have went over there and was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. I was like, people were excited about this for what? Bree should have, thank you. She should have cashed out them. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Now, rumor is that Shaky is facing time. Now, Brianna's over there thinking that Shaky ain't getting no time, talking about that he's going to get probation. Probation on bank fraud for the second time? See, he's telling them that it's his first time. You know, it's linked to that first case, but that's a lie. The first case was the first case. See what I'm saying? That ain't got nothing to do with this. You stayed 3 minutes. Exactly. I don't understand. I guess because it ain't nothing else on. I was like, no, we're going to get it popping over here or something. We need to because ain't nobody dealing with that over yonder. I'm like, what is really going on over there? Ain't nothing going on but the same mess. I'm sick of hearing about his pen, his everything, and this and that, and everybody else, and blaming me, and so on, so on, so on, so. And yes, he was dragging Chopper for his status and every damn thing else. Why don't he own it? Why he got to bring me up into it? Always. They're just weak. Hey, Paulette, how you doing, baby? Exactly, SAPD. Ain't nobody gonna get no slap on the wrist. But see, Brown is ignorant. She don't know no better, so she's thinking that this fool is gonna get probation. I'm like, no, baby. He's gonna be, and she's talking about, and this is supposed to be her good, I don't know what, okay? And she's talking about, well, that ain't gonna stop her check. I'm like, what? Well, she's worried about her check, and people was asking about Shaky going to jail. She's talking about her check. I'm like, girl, you are crazy. But she's believing anything anybody tell her. I'm like, girl, go sit down. Hey, Rob S, how you doing, baby? Hey, Cheryl, how you doing, boo? It's just a lot going on. I'm like, what is really happening? So I happened to be over there and I was like, and it was funny because I was looking in the chat when she was like, well, you know, let them, they're going to donate. And people were like, I'm not giving him any money. It was so funny, y'all. I just died. When I tell you I hollered, I just hollered. I was like, nobody isn't enabling Rico. And Brianna, wait a minute, when Brianna went live, she said something like, I almost feel like the people are feeling sorry for Rico, like, oh, poor Rico, like the, oh, feel sorry, fat kid. Yes, that's what you meant because you feel sorry for yourself, fat girl. That's all it is there. She feels sorry for herself. That's all it is. She's fat and she feels sorry for herself. That's why she's like, oh, you know how it is? It's like the fat kid you feel sorry for. That's exactly how it is. Uh-huh. And they don't want to take you out. She's like, but I don't have that problem. Yes, you do, Brianna. You have that problem. You said it. You said it. And you didn't mean for it to come out, and it came out, and I just hollered. When I tell you I doubled over and I laughed, I doubled over and I freaking laughed my A off. When I tell y'all I hollered, okay? I was like, she finally gets it. They want to be seen with you in the dark, not necessarily seen with you in the dark. I don't even know what they want from you, but if you get anybody, they probably would only want to be seen with her at night. That's it, baby. But they ain't gonna be seen out with her. She told me she don't deal with that. No, because you just lie and simply pretend like you have a boyfriend. That's all it is, boo. That's it. True tea. So stop trying to lie, girl, because we see you already. We got you. We baby, we peeped your number. Hey, baby, baby, we got your number. Don't you worry, baby. Hey, baby, we got your number. Hey, Vibrant. Hey, Crafts and Halls, my baby. Hey, Latasha. Baby, she was really trying to say, I said, oh my God, I need to go live when she said that. She was like, I don't deal with that. You're going to take me out. No, nobody's taking you nowhere, Brianna. Ain't nobody taking you nowhere. Hey, Coach White, how you doing, baby? I made you fall out the trees. Ain't nobody taking her nowhere. I'm like, go sit down, girl. They ain't taking you nowhere. You be lucky if they show up. They don't like this type of teaching. Hey, Trixie, how you doing, baby? Be happy if she show up, child. Okay? Let alone take you somewhere. She set herself up for that. I was like, ain't nobody told you to mention that about poor Rico and they want to be seen with him behind the scenes. That's exactly it. That's why you can relate to him. Because you know exactly how it feels to be put on the back burner, okay? And don't nobody want you and to pretend like, that you got it going on, but you really don't. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Child, she got lots of me. Oh, IMD you, child. I'm sure she do. Now, has anybody seen Nihar? Because Nihar is not blocked. But for some reason, they were saying she was blocked. I looked on my block list. Nihar is not blocked. So Nihar, where are you, baby? She's not on my block list at all. I have not blocked her. I thought I blocked her in accident, but she is not blocked. And I want her up in here. I'm like, where's my Nihar? But child, I was just laughing so hard. I could not. Hey, Dr. Sophie, how you doing, my baby? It's a lot going on. But basically, he's over there telling the same lame story, whatever. Then I happen to go on over to Red Pill's yard. Hey, Peyton, thank you for the super chat, baby, or the Cash App. I appreciate it. Thank you, babes. I appreciate it. I've got some other people I need to thank, too, before the night's over with. But yeah, so I was over there and I was looking in Clyde Diva's chat and she was talking about how, I guess it went down in Chucky's chat and people were against people over there. And I don't know why, but she was like that, she was going in on people that was against Jazzy. And I'm like, oh my. I was like, so it was a lot going on, y'all. It's a lot of confusion going on. She was kind of like dragging or talking to Ajoki, telling her she needs to calm down. As apparently Ajoki was wanting to jump on anybody that said China's name, which China is her trigger. So I was like, Lord, what's going on over yonder? Hey, Sarah, how you doing, baby? I'm just like, what's really going on? That's all we want to know, what's really going on over yonder. Okay. Now, Jussie Smollett, y'all. Do y'all think it's fair? I think it's fair and I'm going to tell you why. I think it's fair, and I'm going to tell you, I need to get my ice cream, but I'm going to tell y'all why. I think it's fair because nobody told him to run out there to pretend like, he was caught on camera, okay? Now, I know that Brooke was in the chat, was in Kwani's chat. Brooke, the one that defended R. Kelly, that said R. Kelly was innocent up until the end. Hey, Just Kimmy, how you doing, babe? The one that said Just Kimmy was just Kimmy, Lord help me, I got everything tongue twisted and tied. Okay, so what I was saying was the one that Brooke is the one that defended R. Kelly. She's over there saying that maybe she goes, Jussie Smollett, she goes, he didn't do it. He's not guilty. And I'm like, what? I'm like, yes, he did. They saw him on camera. Nobody came down that street but him. Okay. He needs more jail time, Queen Amos said. Hey, Yao Ming, how you doing, baby? I don't think he needs more jail time, but he is really thinking he's above the law. He didn't think he was going to get any time. He got up there and he lied, and the cameras don't lie. Him and the boys was the only ones that went through there. He got popped. Ain't no way this man is innocent. So I'm like, how in the hell are people gonna say maybe he didn't do it? No, he did it. What you mean he didn't do it? What you mean? Was there a ghost? Did somebody miraculously shut the cameras off and turn them back on again? No. He knew exactly what he did. He thought he was going to get away with it because he thought he had this superior complex. He knew he was going to throw up the Wakanda sign. He knew he was going to try and take us back to Wakanda, peace back to Wakanda, and I wasn't going. I'm sorry, no. So now he's got 5 months in jail, which I figured because it's his first offense, and I knew they threw all these what do you call it? They threw all these numbers at him, you know, and all of these felonies. He had 6 felonies, and I knew he was only going to serve, if anything. I didn't think he was going to serve time at all. I thought it was just going to be basically what do you call it? Like it was just going to be like probation, but he got felony probation. I don't know what that entails. Does anybody know what felony probation entails? I don't know. He got 150 days in the county jail and 30 months in prison. No, he didn't. Oh my God. This is how this works. Barbara, what are you talking about? Barbara said he got 30 months in prison. No, he doesn't, Barbara. Oh my God. Barbara, he got 30 days. He got I think it was 30 days of was it 30 days of felony probation? Okay, then 150 days he got, and this they didn't say county jail. He got 150 days of jail time that he has to serve. Okay. I think it's federal, and I think they're going to put him in a room to himself. But the thing is, so that's 5 months. But the thing is, he's thinking more of it. Like he's thinking, see, now he's thinking of his safety. Now he's thinking of black rights. But see, when he was acting a fool, and he was on there pretending like he was getting noosed, see what I'm saying? It was a big issue back then. So now he's still trying to play along with it and pretend like, oh, well, you know, it's still an issue with, you know, black, you know, he's fighting for the black cause and all this and all that. No, you fake this. He's faking it. He's still trying to fake it. And nobody's going. Ain't nobody believing it. Hey, Classy. Ain't nobody believing it. Trixie, where have you been? You said, wait, what did he do? Jussie Smollett? You don't know what happened with Jussie Smollett? Brooke's the type of woman to make excuses for these nasty bad men. Jolly, yep, Jolly Roger, I think so too. I think she would, yeah. I think she would make excuses. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think I'm like, oh Lord. Exactly. The law is making, yep, they're making examples out of people. Oh yeah, that's true. Child, it's a lot going on, I'm telling you. You got that from somebody in Triple X chat? Oh, baby, no. No, babe. We were on Shugs watching it live. Yeah, so I was like, ooh, child, it's a lot going on. So he was trying to pretend like he got abducted or whatever, you know, and he was a victim of a hate crime. So actually he has 6 felonies, okay, on faking, what do you call it? 6 felonies on faking, like that he was attacked, faking an attack, okay? And they were like, well, what were you doing out there, lady? He's like, oh, I'm walking over there. Now, why are you walking all hours of the night when you could have called DoorDash, you could have called anything. You got money, you can do that. Who's gonna be out walking the streets by themselves? Come on now. Come on. That don't make no sense. Yeah, he did act a fool in court. Yep, he was acting a fool. You know, good and well, he was going to be in a protected, yep, environment in jail. He knew he was. He just wanted to act a fool, pretend like he was all hard. No, I don't think they're going to have him with regular inmates. I don't think so. I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? Yep, he lied. Oh my God, Queen Naima is tough. Queen Naima said he lied under oath. Cha. Queen Naima said he lied under oath, so he gets at least he should get at least 5 years. Oh, Naima, you don't play. Child. It was a snowstorm. Yeah, it was. It was a snowstorm, exactly. I'm like, oh, hell no. It was a snowstorm. And that's why I'm like, what the hell? And he was out there trying to pretend like that he was being abducted. But he was doing it all for clout. Because remember, if y'all remember, that show was ending. Empire, they had already said they wasn't going to renew this, they wasn't going to renew the season. So what he wanted to do was get all this clout so that he can be the next big, next person up on the totem pole and be recognized by people to get selected for another show. That's what he was doing. But it backfired. It backfired because he didn't understand that they investigate that. He just thought he can say this happened and that's it. He really thought they were not going to revert to the street lights and all this other stuff and look in cameras. He didn't think that. He didn't think it through. But the thing is, he should have just took his losses and admitted it and said, okay, I'm sorry, I messed up, whatever. Okay. And at that point, I'm thinking, wouldn't it have been a misdemeanor, y'all? But he didn't. He didn't do that. So he wanted to go to court and everything else, because he figured that he could buy his time or whatever, I don't know, child, or get off scot-free or whatever. And it was not the case. It was just not the case. I'm just like, what the hell is going on? It was a vortex, so it was below zero in the Chi. Okay, Mandisa said it was a vortex. That's what it was. I couldn't think of that word. It was a vortex. That's right. So it was below zero. So instead of him acting like a damn person that's about to freeze half to death, right? He's over there creating this whole movie plot. Well, he wanted to be a director, I guess, so he did direct his own felony case. He faked his own felony case, y'all. Okay, that didn't go nowhere. Okay. He can make a movie of the whole thing. Would y'all make a movie of it? He might as well. What other cases are they not looking at cameras on? IMBU. Whenever it's a hate crime, baby, they looking at cameras. So what other case are they not looking at cameras on? I just don't speak blatant statements like that. I gotta have some, like, where didn't they look at any cameras at? The cameras were available where there was a hate crime in the situation. Same crime, same thing. I'm just not one to be like, oh, so-and-so shouldn't have done this because X, Y, and Z. I gotta have some facts behind it. I'm like, what you talking about? So, child, it's just a lot going on. Felony probation is where you serve your time, not incarcerated in Georgia. But I don't know about other states. Laws are different. Okay. But he has felony probation, and then he has the 5 months in jail, and then he has to pay back all this money. And he's gonna have to pay back probably court costs and everything. And it's been going on for over a couple of years now. So that's gonna be steep. Yeah, exactly. We had enough fake stories living our best life. We sure have. Enough of them, baby. Hey, Angel, how you doing, baby? Let's see, Vibrant said, Tracy, 30 months of felony probation on top of, 30 months, that's what it is, 30 months of felony probation. Okay, that's a lot. 30 months, did y'all hear that? 30 months of felony probation. Oh my God. 30 months is like 3 years almost. That's like 3 years of felony probation on top of 150 in jail. Also ordered to pay $120,000 plus restitution, baby, to the city of Chicago. That's what he gets. That's what he gets. It costed resources to pull the men out there in a vortex. Is he okay? They had to probably pay them double and triple time to come out there in those conditions. And a $25,000 fine. That's what he gets. I bet he'll think twice before he lie again. But he may not learn. And his brother, did y'all see his brother talking about, oh, it's injustice? No, bish, it ain't injustice. It ain't injustice. It ain't. It is not no injustice there. It happened. It is what it is. He lied. He needs to do the crime. He wasted all of their damn time and their taxpayer dollars instead of him taking a plea. If he would have took a plea, what would he have gotten, y'all? He probably would have had a misdemeanor and he'd have had to pay a fine. That's it. Misdemeanor and pay a fine. But he wanted to go, and now he got it on his record that he'd have been incarcerated. It's just like a statistic. It's horrible, but it is. You know what I'm saying? Child. Oh, of course. Okay, IMBU. You got to think of this. Hit and runs. Okay, I see what you're saying, hit and runs. Yes, they can look at it, and I'm pretty sure that there's a log that they have to keep on those. Now, cold cases, you can't just say, "Oh, there's a cold case. Let's pull up all the cameras on." See, that's what I'm saying. You have to isolate the incidents. For instance, he was staying at a hotel, so you know from the hotel, the subway. Why would you not pull up a camera there? I mean, you have to. It has to be rounded out. You can't just be pulling up cameras all over. But I hear what you're saying. Classic Creations. He might as well make a movie and get. That's what I'm saying. Make a movie, boo. Make a movie, baby. Might as well. He ain't got nothing else to do. Certain crimes they do. Yep. Almost 3 years exactly. 120 and 25K. That's a lot, baby. So people, I could think of what I could buy with that. He better start selling some pussy. Well, he'll get. He should get. Well, he's not in the general population, so he probably won't get some pussy. He probably won't. You know what I'm saying? Probably won't. It's more strict when, where, and how long he can be somewhere if he don't report he's violated. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And can you imagine, like, his whole life is still going to be on hold for like the next 3 years? That's crazy, right? He cannot violate any of that. They're not going to play with him. That's crazy. He should have just settled. Skip the game, Smollett. Yep, exactly. Yeah, Phillips Muffy said, welcome. Okay, you said welcome all to the chat. Thank you, Muffy. Hey, baby. Has anybody seen Nihar? I know she's not blocked, y'all. I could not see her in that chat. I don't know why. Yep, exactly. What's injustice is him lying under oath. I agree. Like I said, he gonna have to get permission for everywhere he goes. Really? Wow. Hi, can you drop the link? I have a question. Okay. Yeah, he gonna have to, child. It's not gonna be nothing nice. Hey, Burpee, it's not gonna be nothing nice because, see, I know you saw her in here yesterday too, right? Or today, because you were asking me today, and I didn't see her in here today, and I was like, no. So I went to look at my block list, and she's not on my block list, and I'm like, where is she? I don't know if that was a troll page or what. Hey, Chantel. Child. It's a lot going on, baby. But he should have been making up that damn lie. And see, it was so, and see, what happened was those two African guys, they were on their way out of the country, remember? And I guess they held them up because they wanted to question them. So you know that you didn't see her today, Carrie asked you. But somebody said Nihar, but see, wasn't she in, Nihar was here yesterday. Okay. But I could have sworn somebody, but then why did Carrie ask me if I had blocked Nihar then? She just randomly asked me that today? Okay. I thought she was saying she was blocked. I thought it was you that said that she was blocked, but it was Carrie. Okay, got you, babe. Hey, B-Bay, how you doing? Yep, he got 150 days in jail, and he has 30 months of felony probation. I posted the wrong thing. What wrong thing? What did I post? What are you talking about? Right to be told, what did I post that's wrong? Please let me know, babe. What did I post that's wrong? Did I do something? What did I post that's wrong? What did I post that's wrong, y'all? Let me drop the link. Hold on. I thought I dropped the link in there, but I guess I didn't. Hold on. Uh-oh. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Mr. Postman. Okay. We were doing that. We were watching T, Lovely T. I was modding for T, and she was doing her live on that the gentleman that they thought he was robbing the bank. And wait, you posted the link to subscribe. You posted the link to subscribe. I think that's it. Oh, I'm so silly. I posted. I get what you're saying. Okay, yeah. The African brothers went back to Nigeria, and Chicago authorities used resources to go there and bring them back. That's what they did. Okay, got you, Yamin. Thank you. Because they had to tell. That they probably went ahead and gave evidence. You know what I'm saying? They probably gave evidence on what was going on. I don't blame them. I would have too, because if that's something, that's just something that you're gonna tell. Hey, right to be told. How you doing, babes?
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. What's
Oh,
up, boo?
well, first off, Ryan Coogler, Coogler is the one that they arrested. Well,
Yes.
I don't know if they arrested him, but they put him in
Well,
handcuffs for thinking he
yeah.
was stealing. The banker thought he was trying to get well, he went to the bank to get $12,000 out, and she
Uh-huh.
called the police on him.
Now, what do you think about? I mean, you just have to think though. You have to think in our day and age. You can't. We're all wrapped up already. I would be thinking, okay, I can't just go into the bank with this letter looking all off. I mean, you just can't. I mean, you can't expect them to know. And I understand people do that all the time, but you're going to go in there with a letter and give it to her like, here you go. Maybe she wasn't listening to what he was saying because his mouth was covered. I don't know, but I'm like, who's going to go to the? You have to have some accountability at that point. But everybody's blaming her. But I don't know. I mean, I guess she went by protocol. I don't know.
Well, I did not see the details, right? But if he brought a letter, yeah, okay, that makes a total sense as to why
Yeah,
she thought he
I
was robbing the
mean,
bank.
exactly. Can you imagine? She's all pregnant and she's thinking, oh no, he's probably going to shoot me. I got to, she's all freaking out or whatever. And so I don't think she's going to get fired I mean, I think that she did protocol. That's why the cop showed up that fast.
No, Chantel
So,
is saying he swiped a card and gave his ID
oh,
with see, yeah. Uh
so, oh God. So if that's a protocol, then that was her fault. Then if they have a
yeah.
card to swipe and they give you a letter. See, if I was a bank, I would say no letters because that just already opens up a whole can of worms, Because why would you go up there with a letter? You fill out a bank statement. It is what it is, right?
Oh, there's the letter. Okay, she said he did his bank card. He must have given his ID, asked for the money, and then he gave her a note saying to count it somewhere else. He probably did that because it's $12,000 and he don't want people hearing that
I
he's
get
getting
it.
$12,000.
And I get it, but still, a letter, people are just, I don't know. I just don't feel right about that whole thing. And I see what T was talking about too, because she's like, everybody's really cautious right now, the banks and everything, because of what, how people, how
Mhm.
the economy is. And I'm like, I get it, but I'm like, you're going to go with a letter. I mean, poor thing, she was all scared, like, he has a letter. What do I do? She didn't know. And she was
Yeah.
black too. So people can't say, oh, it's because he was black.
Yeah, this happened back in January, so I am interested to hear. They just said it today, but it happened back in January. So I'm
Chantel is
interested to
tough.
hear about
She
it.
said he deserves to be fired. Wow. He
They
deserves
definitely
to
gonna
be
have to.
fired.
They're definitely gonna have to do some training, additional training. But my question was about Jesse. So I know he received. So I watched the thing today too. First of all, that judge drug him, read him
Oh,
down.
that judge was
I
not
was,
playing.
oh my
And I'm
goodness, I was
happy.
like, this is not going well. You know what I found funny? It's good for him because
Mhm.
I really wanted him under the jail. But I
Yeah.
found it funny that the judge used the fact that he was a good, upstanding person who knew better. He was like,
Yep.
you have all of these people writing these letters, all these character witnesses. Your
Uh-huh.
mother's black, your father's Jewish. You know better. I was like, wow.
He does. I'm so happy he told them that. Baby, that judge was not
Oh my
playing. I'm so
goodness.
happy. He made an example. Now, see, people that want to blame the system all the time, of course, will be like, see that judge, I just knew it. But I'm like,
No.
no, he has to be held responsible. You cannot go around just, you cannot go around just willy-nilly, claiming stuff like that. And he did it all for clout. That's the whole thing. He didn't have to do that.
That's exactly what the judge said. That's exactly what the judge said. He said, it wasn't for money because you were making $2 million a year. He said it was for recognition. You're a narcissist. You wanted
Mm-hmm.
attention. He said you reached out to, you have all these political contacts. You have contacts with all these news outlets. You made everybody your Ponzi and you didn't even care.
And he still didn't because he was very sarcastic and just like a Neapolitan complex. And I'm like, you should have, I mean, you've seen him, but he was up there like very cocky. And I'm thinking, now is not the time, boo. Now it's not the time for you to be cocky.
Well, see, I missed him. I'm gonna go back and watch the trial itself because I want to see him testify. But at the very end, when he acted a whole fool.
I was like, we are not in Wakanda. I was like,
Oh
stop.
my gosh. And when he
And
held up the Black Power fist, I said, sir. And then kept on saying, I'm innocent. And then it was some woman in the back talking about, you putting an innocent black man in jail. No, ma'am. There's nothing innocent about this foolery.
Is that what she was saying? Is that what she was saying in the
It
court?
was, yes. She said it twice. Yes. You
I would have been
can't lock a
arrested.
black
I would have
man
attacked
up.
her. I would have been arrested because I would have attacked her. I'd have said, people like you, bitches like you are the problem. Why they don't take us serious right now? Because you want to claim that they are not taking us seriously when he's out there faking shit and you need to hold him accountable. I would have been pissed.
Yes. Can I just say this? Because my girlfriends and I talk about this. I have noticed that in mixed couples and mixed families, they don't really have race talks, like conversations about it. And and when he got arrested a couple years ago for this, I said, oh, he knows he's black, but I don't really think he understands black and the black roots. And a lot of times mixed couples don't have like past conversations. They don't talk about slavery and all the ramifications from it and all the things. They don't have those conversations. And his father's white, right? I mean, I know he's Jewish. Jewish people feel like they're discriminated against, but whatever.
I heard his mother, is his mother white or his dad's white?
No, his mother's black. His dad is white and Jewish.
Okay.
So and the reason why I say that is because I can't imagine a black man putting a noose around his neck. Like, I don't think that would have been a part of the plan.
See, that's what I'm saying. Nobody does that. I don't think he really knew because he's really, isn't he young? He's like, what, 30, in his early 30s, I believe. So he should know better, but still.
Well, you would know better if it was like talked about, and stuff like that was really brought home. Like, that's not, that's the kind of things they did. They did the lynching. You think his father and his mother were in the house talking about lynching? You think they was in the house talking about how the black people were being, attacked? I know a lot of mixed couples and they don't have those conversations with their kids. They just don't.
He probably felt no need. Like I was telling somebody the other day, like we like to see all the movies when Roots came on and all the movies came on with Cicely Tyson and all them. We like seeing those when I was younger. And I was telling Queen that, And I was like, that's what we like to see, And she was like, oh no, I wouldn't have wanted. I said, oh no, we liked it. We liked it was like history, like knowing what happened back then, And so I don't know.
History.
Yeah, and so maybe that was a different era because he's a lot younger. So maybe they haven't learned anything like that, and maybe it was
first of all, no, ma'am. He is. Let's say if he's 30, right? That means he's 10 to 20 years behind us. They have way more information than we had. We had like 3 pages in the history book, and we had the movie.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. And I didn't even have to take Black history. I wish I would have taken some Black history, but I didn't even take Black history.
It's just that. I mean, I would say this: like when the news used to come on, I was younger, and different things would happen on the news. My mom, my dad might comment on it from a Black perspective. I don't think his parents were in the house doing that. Like they could not have been. When you hear people saying, "Oh, these Black people are being, wrongfully accused," or look how much time, like in the 90s, look how much more time Black men are getting than white people. I bet you his father never mentioned it. Never even thought about it.
Because he doesn't know.
Yeah, his father's Black, and his mother probably wouldn't have mentioned it either. Like, oh man, look how they doing my people. She probably wasn't talking about it either. And I think that was to me when I heard about the news. I said, now, Justy, come on now.
Did you hear what he said?
Are you kidding me?
The noose was just thrown around his neck, and then he thought that the body cam wasn't going to even notice, or he thought he was so smart. So he adjusted it to fix it where it looked even more dramatic. I was like,
what person rooted in their Black history would even think of a noose, number one, but then 2, go and adjust it? It's just something wrong with him. But it's just, I don't know. It's just something wrong with him.
But you know what I heard?
But he still says he's innocent. Did you hear him say he was still innocent? He was like, I'm innocent.
I think he's a narcissist and he's mental. He knows he's lying. What he wanted to do was he wanted to become a star faster than his sister. She's already in the industry. I imagine the brother's already famous or whatever. I don't know what he does. But he looks like somebody that's into, I don't know what, maybe he's into like, I don't know, the civil rights or whatever. But I think he wanted to prove a point. I don't know if it's to his family or if it was just to everybody all the way around. Maybe he needed attention. You never know what, maybe they were put up in a high, like they had an expectation. He probably freaked out because, Empire was going to end. Where do I go next? And he felt that he wanted to be out there to put himself out there, I guess. But this is not out there in a good way because nobody's going to want to touch him for a while. None of the Black people are not going to want to touch him because who's going to take a chance at that? Already he has like a little scarlet letter over his, his profile, so to speak. So it's going to take a while for him.
Well, so did you watch a show? It came at maybe like 89, 90, maybe 91, 92. I'm not sure. But it was called Small Wonders. And it was about this guy who made like a girl robot. Her name was Vicky. She looked like a little girl though, but she lived with them. So
it sounds familiar. Yes, I did. Small Wonder. Yes, I remember that.
So the next door neighbor was Jussie Smollett's sister. I can't think of her name, but it was Journey. It was Journey Smollett was the sister.
I remember the name, but I don't. I remember the dang name, but I don't remember her.
And then
she was in the court.
She was only on that one. She was. You don't know who Journey is? She was in Eve's. She was in Eve's Bayou.
If I seen her, I probably would know. That's the
you would, if you saw her, you would know. You would know her. And so she ended up. So she was in that show, that movie. My point is, she was in that movie. This is like I said, early 90s, right? It was one episode where she came on as the next door neighbor, and they spun that show off to be a show about her family, and Jussie was there then. So, and it was all of her brothers and sisters, like their real life brothers and sisters, were all in this show.
Yeah. Oh wow!
Yeah, so they've been, and she's somebody on there saying they had one back on UPN back in the day too. Yeah, they had. So he's been as famous, and I think that yep, she had a red and white dress on. Yeah, I think that Empire was a big deal for him. He would have, and he was doing music too. It just wasn't enough for him. Oh, somebody said he played ATL. I didn't see ATL though.
He wanted it too fast. I think he wanted it too fast. Yeah. Instead of just waiting and having faith and everything. I mean, $2 million. By the time he finishes this, he's gonna have spent a lot of money.
Yeah, so he paid. So when this first happened and the Chicago police came back after him, although he never said he was guilty, he did pay them back for the man hours they used. He did pay them back for that. But the prosecutor was saying that's not the same thing as restitution. That's something else. So he was asking that the judge charge him with restitution, ordered him to pay restitution too. So that's where that $125,000 or $120 came from. But he did pay them back. He did pay them something back in the day.
What would his plea bargain have been? His plea bargain would have been what? Just if he would have admitted it.
I don't know. I never heard what the plea bargain was. But my question for you was, he got 150 days in jail. He got 30 months probation. But the judge did say you can go anywhere you want to go. He said, I'm not going to. Yeah, he says, I know you have to work, because he says 30 months probation will be supervised by this court. And he says, and you can still work. You can still, you don't have to get permission to travel, because I know you have to work to do whatever. You will check in by phone. So however often he has to check in, it's going to be by phone. So that's what the judge said today. And then that's when he went on to say 120,000 for whatever it was for restitution. And I didn't get what that $25,000 fine was, but I felt like he should have got 3 years in jail, not 30-month probation.
You feel like that too? Oh wow.
Yes, I do, because just like the judge said, you what did he call it? You did a he called it something when he was hyping everybody up. I mean, this was not cool. And remember, you have right on the heel, but he called it something else. He called it something else, like when you hype it up and you make it such a big deal, is pushed to the front, like a heater, I think he called it. You push it to the front, and now everybody, political figures, so the community, everybody wants you to get involved.
Everybody he said everybody got involved. Remember the news outlets, you got everybody involved. I mean, that was a major thing. He didn't understand how major.
Didn't even care. And still standing in it to this day. And when the prosecutor said, oh, this is not the first time he lied, because when he got pulled over for a DUI, he gave his brother's name to the cop and stood in that. Yes. In 2008, he was driving he was drunk driving without a license. I ain't knocking on drunk drivers because some of us just ain't got caught. But
Yeah.
but
Really?
he didn't have his license, and then he gave his brother's name. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah. So that's why the prosecutor said, now listen, this is not his first time. He is used to lying and he didn't get in trouble then. When they found out he impersonated another person, lied to the officer, he didn't get in trouble. I think he got probation then.
See?
So no, he got to quit getting off. He got to quit getting a slap on the wrist for this foolery.
So hopefully, if he don't learn this time, I don't know, because 5 months, that's a long time. That's pretty much, I mean, to be sitting there.
No, but Tracy, he's on Tracy, come on now. He's on 5-month probation with not even having to physically check in.
5 months.
Not 5 months. Not 5 months. I'm sorry, 30-month probation. I don't think 5 months is a long time. But my question to you was, let me get back to my question. My question to you is, where did you hear that he was going to be in special protection? I didn't hear
that. Because of his status.
Oh, please.
They didn't say that. I'm just thinking it because.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
You think he's going to be general population?
He need to be.
Well, I would think so too, but.
Because the thing about it is, if I was a judge, okay, I know that's up to the ward, not the judge, but I would put him right in general population because he still is tripling down on this. He sat right in that courtroom and said, I'm not suicidal. So if somebody takes me out, I just know I didn't do it to myself. I'm not suicidal. And he says, I'm innocent. I said, sir, he's still saying it.
He was acting out, and you could tell he was just cold. He knew he was guilty. He just was cold. He had no regard for anything. I just can't
no regard for anybody else. John Lemon was caught up in this foolery.
Oh, was he?
Oh, yes. And is it Don? No, I'm saying not John, Don Lemon. And this was right after Como's got fired because he was, helping his brother's case or looking into. So his brother's being charged with sexual harassment, right? Or sexual assault. And Como's looked up some information about the case. Somebody gave him information about the case he gave to his brother because his brother didn't know, I guess, who the accusers were or something like that. And Como's got the information, gave it to him, and they fired him. So in this case here, Don Lemon was the one that told Jussie that they were going to arrest him, that the police didn't believe his story and were going to arrest him. So and this happened right after Como. So they were like a week or two when we found out, right? So they were saying, well, no, shouldn't Don be fired? So you see, you got all your friends caught up in this foolery too. And he claims that the reason why he didn't give up his phone was because he had Hollywood stars and stuff like that in his phone. And that's why he didn't want them to look in the phone. But no, really what it was is if they look in your phone, they see the text messages from Don Lemon too.
True.
Oh, and they did. I was like, wow, that was so correct.
Did he get fired? Did Don Lemon get fired?
No, he didn't. I don't think he got suspended, girl. And people was in an uproar. They were in an uproar about it because they said that's not right. He did a similar thing. He did a similar thing to Jussie because Jussie was calling him, and he called Jussie, I guess, to check on him before he found out it was fake because they're friends. And then I guess, by going back and forth and talking, he found out from somebody else what happened and called Jussie and said, hey, man, they don't believe you. The cops don't believe you. And, they about to arrest you. And I think they came knocking on his door a couple of days later. But a reason why this is a big deal, too, because I'm not sure if this happened in 2019 or 2020 because I get kind of, lost because of COVID. But if it happened in 20, you had Ahmaud because he did like January 27th of the month because I remember when he finally got arrested was Black History Month. But you got Ahmaud Arbery who was killed in February. Wasn't Breonna Taylor killed March or April? And then you had George Floyd killed in May. And here he is faking a whole crime while the world is, I
remember being an outrage. Right. I know we had all that going on. I remember that. And then with him, I was like, what the hell? This is why a lot of people were pissed off. I was like, on top of everything, here he is faking stuff. And we can't even get people to believe what's going on already. I remember that. Yeah. And his ass is still doing that. Ugh.
And then, like I said, again, it's offensive because you flew in town from somewhere else. Why? And I'm with the people. I'm with the judge when he was saying, Chicago got a lot of crime. We don't have time for you to be making stuff up. And I'm like, right, where did you fly from? Why couldn't you have this happen wherever you flew from?
Exactly.
You gonna
Why
fly
Chicago?
here then?
Why
I
Chicago?
don't
And of all
know.
places where they're up, because they're really up on security, I would think there, because it is a high volume of crime. So you would think, okay, but I guess he didn't think about the cameras. He just didn't think. That's weird to me.
Well, they can't be that much on crime because that crime is still high. I mean, they can't be that much on it. Yeah, that crime is very high. But the cops have other things to do. And they put a lot of manpower in it because he was a celebrity.
Exactly.
And he put it out there. I mean, yeah.
I'm just in shock still. It seems like that it's happening all over again. You know how we're like it's been going on for 2 years or whatever. But it's just the fact that it's now came to a head, and the fact is that he's still lying about it. I'm like, why? Who do you think is believing you? You would think his family would be like, okay, look, you're gonna have to come clean. We know you did it. I mean, you're on camera, okay? Nobody else passes the camera. It was just you and these boys.
His ego won't let him, and that's what's really frightening. You know,
it is.
It's very frightening. And then remember, after this happened, he went to some concert. Some festival was outside, and this is right after he had got beat up or whatever, before he got arrested. He went to the festival and he had a song out, so he was supposed to be going to perform that, and he started shouting out he was the black Tupac, he was the gay Tupac.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, he was like, oh, they trying to take me out, but he's like, no, but you know what, I'm the gay Tupac. I said, sir.
Oh my God. From what we hear, Tupac was, I don't know, he was bi or whatever, so. But I'm like,
I have never heard that. I have never.
You never heard that?
No, ma'am. No.
Hey, y'all. Okay, in the chat, has anybody ever heard of Tupac? I was in Cali. I remember. Did y'all ever hear about Tupac? They said Tupac was gay. Did y'all ever hear about that? I heard about that in Cali. Press 1 if y'all heard about that.
Girl, let me look at the chat. Let me look at the chat.
Press 1 if y'all heard about that. Press 2 if y'all didn't. Yeah, everybody was talking about that.
Oh my gosh.
I remember. You remember that? Yep. See, Ron said he remembered that. Ron P. Remember they was always saying that.
No.
Yep.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. Okay, Coach White hadn't heard of it, but Ron had. Who else heard? Do y'all remember? Okay, so I need everybody to vote. Because it's not too many people in here. Chantel never heard of that. It's only the older ones probably would hear about it. If you're like in your 40s and 50s, you probably would know, because it was a big thing when I was in Cali. And we were like, really? Okay. Laurie heard about it. See, I told you.
I never heard that.
Wow. Him and Eazy-E. Remember they were talking about Eazy-E too?
Yeah, I think. But see, the reason why they said Eazy-E was gay, I don't know if he was, but I know the reason why they said he was because he got HIV pretty early on when they thought it was a gay disease.
Oh, is that why they said that?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Taryn said one too. See, I told y'all.
I know. Oh, y'all are gonna make me look this up. Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, he he said Eazy was like one of the first people, like he got it back in the 80s, like right? End of the 80s. Yeah, so they thought that's why they said that, because at the time they kept saying it was a gay disease.
Yeah, it was him, and then after him was, I think that was just when Magic Johnson was already had was diagnosed.
He died before Magic Johnson got it. No, it was that other guy. His name started with the A. The tennis player, Ash.
Oh yeah, Ash. What is it? Abner Ash. What was his name? Asher. I can't remember the name.
But he but he was gay. But so yeah, and then Magic Johnson got it and everybody fell out. But as soon as Magic Johnson got it, they kind of changed the narrative on whether it was like a death sentence. Arthur Ashe, there she is. Yeah.
Arthur Ashe, yeah, that's his name.
Yeah, they changed the look at here. Oh, they said Dr. Dre. Thank you, Chantel. Chantel said not Tupac, Dr. Dre.
No, No, I didn't hear anything about Dr. Dre. I never heard anything. I don't know what you heard. I don't know what you heard, Chantel, but we heard Tupac, baby. That's what we heard.
I'm sorry. I thought Arthur Ashe was gay. That's the tennis player, right? Also, he got the blood transfusion as well. See.
Okay.
See how I ran with the same story they had about Eazy-E. I was like, it didn't bother me that he was gay, but I did think he was gay. Okay.
Yeah. Probably because
Okay.
the way they used to dress back then. Remember? I mean, we remember with the tight. They used to have on those tight white. Because he was a tennis
Yeah.
player, right? The tight white shorts.
But also he got it in the 80s too. So I was, yeah. And I really wasn't paying that much attention to it until like the 90s, I guess, because that would be around the age where I would have, kind of hit puberty and start really paying attention to sexually transmitted diseases if they were going to happen. So, but I do remember him having it. So, okay.
I can't believe you're going to have me looking up Dr. Dre. She said Dr. Dre used to dress feminine. Are you serious?
No. Now, let me tell you, Chantel, stop playing. That's how they used to dress.
I'm like, where? I'm like, I don't remember.
Because a lot of people.
I don't remember him ever being feminine. Ever.
But he's a dress feminine on the. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. That's how they used to dress, Chantel. Stop playing.
No.
Chantel, stop playing.
It was a rumor, Chelsea. It was a rumor because he was real soft spoken. You know how Tupac was real soft spoken and stuff. It was rumored. It was a big thing.
Oh, they said was messing around with his wife for groupies. Yeah. Eazy-E wasn't gay, but he got in the 80s when they thought it was just a gay man's disease. That's true. No, They went through this phase where they felt like the people could be flamboyant, and I think that's probably why Dr. Dre. Yeah.
Ice Cube brought it up on the song No Vaseline. Child, I don't remember no. How come I don't remember no song No Vaseline?
Oh my gosh, it was an okay. So after NWA, is that what it is? Yeah, broke up. Ice Cube did this. It was underground. Let me tell you, go listen to it when you get some time. It would have never made it to the radio.
Was that explicit?
Oh no! Imagine what No Vaseline means. Oh no! Oh no!
And see, I remember when it was a big old thing. Remember when Two Live Crew? I remember when I was in California, and Two Live Crew was real big. And at that time, they had they banned the what do you call it? The whole with the women standing up there showing their butts or whatever. They banned that whole cover, and they had to cover it up and put paper bags over. It was crazy. I was like, what? It was like really explicit back then. They had the record stores and stuff. I remember because my manager, I worked in the mall at this candy store, and my manager, she had like a little, they had like her daughter worked in this other place, and they had like, it was like a radio. Well, they had like the albums and all that, where you buy it wasn't even CDs, it was just albums back then. So I remember going over there, seeing the album, and I was like, why is this covered up with like a brown paper bag over it? She was like, oh, that's explicit. That's the Two Live Crew. And she goes, we sold a lot of these, man. And I was like, you have? I was like, wow. It was so weird how you think about how things was back then. I was like, dang, that was a long time ago. Because now
you think about it, remember they used to be twerking and stuff, and now they were twerking then. But
they were.
And the stuff we see now is like, are you kidding me?
Oh,
are you kidding me? Like they were like nuns compared to how people look now. And we see everything now.
I was thinking of WAP and all that. I'm like, oh, who would have ever thought? I remember thinking, there's no way that song's going to go anywhere. It was just because Cardi B was behind it. There's no way it would have went anywhere because I was thinking when I heard it, I was like, oh, it wasn't even a good song. But it went because of Cardi B.
It's her record label. Her record label made that way bigger than they should have been.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they did. They made that way bigger.
Did you know that Tasha came out for bankruptcy?
No, but I do know that it doesn't mean she's broke. That is what a lot of celebrities do when they get sued. Because remember, you see how much money 50 Cent has, right? Remember when Rick Ross, baby mother, sued him? I can't remember what she sued him for, but she sued him. And after the judgment went through, he filed for bankruptcy. He wasn't broke, but he filed so that she could get the money. So that's what they do.
Because Tasha filed for Chapter 7. That's different. So hopefully that may help her, but she's going to have to pay her back. Now, from my understanding, she's saying that she's not, but she's going to have to because they'll put her in jail. So
no, because if you file bankruptcy and you claim that as your debt.
But it's not like a get out of jail. It's not like that stops anything from happening. It's not like that. Some people think it does. Like it wipes your slate clean for free. You don't have to pay nothing. No, they consolidate. What they normally do, Chapter 7, is that they consolidate all of your debt, meaning credit card bills and all this other stuff. So, and make it into one so that you can be able to afford your lifestyle. But with her,
she should have tried to file the other one. What's the other one? 14?
Chapter 12. It's Chapter 17 or Chapter 12? Chapter
She should
7.
have filed the other one.
Well, see, if she would have did that, she still would have had to pay, and she would have had to start selling off her assets probably, because they're not playing about that. So she's not gonna. Either way, she's gonna be screwed. I'm gonna do a live on it and look it up in detail because I looked into it because I was gonna file one or the other before, and then it never benefited me because I was like, no, because my payment was gonna be like, I think it was like $3,000 a month, and I was like, well, if it's gonna be that much, I might as well just let the truck go back, or whatever, because I didn't want a truck to begin with. It was just my fiance or whatever, and I was like, just let the truck go back, and I'll be fine. So I just did that.
Oh, she said, okay, so Chantel is saying that, well, first of all, it's chapter 7, 11, and 13. But she said that 50 Cent
Chapter 13,
did
yeah,
have to pay her. You see what she said? Like it went to that some trustee made sure that any judgments due to lawsuits were excluded from his filing. Well, he might as well not have filed then. Because he wasn't broke. He literally filed like as soon as her judgment went through.
Because what I would have been paying as a trustee, that's what it's called. So I would have been like, I pay everything, this solid amount to a trustee, and then they go ahead and disperse it where it needs to go. And that would be it. And they would say, okay, you pay this for I don't know how many years, and that's it. But it wouldn't benefit me. I was like, no, that wouldn't benefit me. But when you do file though, even though you don't go through it, it still comes up on your what do you call it, report. It still comes up on there, which is sad but it's one of the things that once you start it, you can't really stop it. So they want to tell you, you want to be sure you can back out of it, but they let you know, hey, it's going to be on your report. So it's like, okay.
Even if you back out?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Yep. It's still on your report. Cause mine it'll say, it said something when they pulled it up. I'm trying to remember what it said because it didn't go through. It said something like it wasn't closed or anything, but it said something. Like it's something like you pull it up like an inquiry, I believe it was, and it's on there. And so it doesn't look good because, of course, anything like that doesn't look good on your credit report or whatever. So they seen that when they pulled it up and they doxed
But it stays for a certain amount of time and then it goes away, right?
No, they said they said it used to be 7 years. Okay. But I don't think now it's even that. I mean, I think that once it's on there unless you go through extra means to get it removed. Yeah. Cause it's been a long time. So. It's been over 10 years. It's been over 10 years. So, and it's still there. So.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I wonder what she's going to do. I'm going to look into it. I don't know if she's did any lives or she spoke on it, but I know I think Storm had did a live about it, if I'm not mistaken, or Wiley. Maybe it was Wiley that I seen doing a live about it. And I was like, oh, wow. Yep. Wow. So we'll see. We'll see what's going to happen, child. It's a lot going on.
There is a lot going on, but I was really interested in that Jussie Smollett thing, and I hope he gets right in general population and gets no special treatment. As a matter of fact, wait a minute, you think he's gonna be in the same cell as R. Kelly? He might be in the same.
No, they're gonna attack him though. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna attack him. They're gonna beat him up and take advantage.
He needs to be beat up. He called on a butt whooping that he never got. He needs to get a real one.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
At least one time, and then they can put him down, put him in solitaire or something.
Yeah.
At least one time.
I don't know. We're gonna see what's gonna happen.
Thank you, Chantel. I've been reading what you're saying. Thank you. I was about to ask you, but I didn't want to, low key dox you, girl.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I was like, where do you work? No, thank you. Yeah, no,
my baby. Hey,
no, he needs to go under the. But he tried to protest. Did you hear? Okay, so did you hear his judge in the middle of him acting a whole fool? His lawyer was like, "Hey, can we get can you reconsider?" The judge was like, "Sure, no."
Is that what he said? The wheels of justice run slowly. Is that when he said that?
Yeah, but he was saying, well, because he said, we want you to set aside your judgment. He says, okay. He said, not. He says, well, I won't do. And then they asked him to postpone the jail time in order for him to get his business affair together. He said, no, I will not. He said, denied. And then he said, are you going to, and then the judge said, are you going to appeal this? And he was like, well, yeah, I think, we're considering it. He was like, no, I need to know now. Like, because he was asking his lawyer, like, if you're going to appeal this, I need to know that you're going to appeal it. Like, you can't be like, oh, maybe. And then he's like, if you you need to commit. Like, because he was saying, are you going to do it? You need to commit to it. And he was like, well, yeah, I'm going to do it. I was like, you didn't expect that, did you?
Oh, so he was okay. So the judge asked his lawyer that?
Yeah, his judge asked the lawyer if he planned to appeal it. And he was like, well, yeah, we're going to go back and take things into consideration. He was like, oh, no. I mean, if you either, you either are. I mean, are you going to be the one doing it or is somebody else? And he said, oh, no, I'll do it. Because he told him he needs to answer him.
He could be the one to do it.
Yeah. Because, it could be those things where, Jussie gets a whole nother lawyer who says his lawyer was incompetent. So I guess that's why the judge asked him, like, are you going to do it? You need to commit to
because that would be prolonging it that much more. Yeah, you're right. That judge was on the baby. He was sick of it. He was like, I'm not tired, because it didn't make any sense. There was no reason for him to do that. It was just a senseless crime. He's just a spoiled kid that wanted to just be in the spotlight. That's all it was. And it's crazy. I don't understand.
When that judge recapped the whole scenario.
Oh yeah.
I was embarrassed for Jussie. And then he said flat out, like, your behavior and your shenanigans. I said, oh no, not shenanigans.
I loved it. He was going ham. See, and there's a shorter version because Suge has a shorter version on his because I shared it on my community wall, but Suge has a shorter version there, and it was funny because he was just like reading him down. He was like, look, you did this, and you did this, and not only did you do this, you did this, and this, it was like, but see, I think that the Nigerian brothers, they got off probably just by giving their testimony of what happened, how he put them up to doing that. I'm pretty sure that's why they got exonerated. I don't think they probably had to pay any fees, if anything, because they weren't even, how they were from a different country and everything. So already.
They live right here. But they live here. They're African, but they live here.
Said they extradited them back. Who was that in the chat that said that earlier? I don't know. Somebody said they extradited back for questioning.
I thought somebody said they left and they paid to. Yeah, no, his lawyer didn't have a plan. Because he didn't expect that sentencing. But no, his lawyer. No, I think they were getting on a plane to go to Africa. I think they paid for them to come back for this, to interview them.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. That was just. They
went back. I think they live here because they were working here. They were working.
I thought they had went. See, I was under the impression, I didn't know they lived here. I thought they had flown them in for the show. I thought that was my understanding, but maybe not.
No, because they weren't on the show. Like one. Okay, this is what I thought. I thought one was a security guard for the show. Maybe I don't know what the other one did, but they were. I know at one point he claims they were his personal trainer. Jussie lied so much. Because he said it was his personal trainer. Then he tried to really get with it and say that one of them was his lover. he was doing
that's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking at first too. I said, wait a minute, but I thought they were extras on the show, so they wasn't. Okay.
No. The judge was saying that they might have been. They were probably hoping that one of them is a fighter. Yeah, they were probably hoping that he could get them a non-speaking part on the show, but they weren't on the show.
Oh, Mandisa said one of them is a fighter.
Yeah, because I know he was trying to like he said at one time he was paying them for he said that check that he wrote them was for personal was for physical like personal training.
Oh, okay.
That's what he first said it was for before they saw the text messages.
See, that's what I heard. Cold Brew said they were extras on the show. He thought they were extras on the show. That's what I heard. They were extras. But I don't know.
If they were extras, he got them on as extras.
Oh, okay.
But they did meet through the show. I thought one was a security guard, for like working there at the studio or something. The brother said they were training. The brother said they were training him as well. Yeah, the reason why I don't know why the brothers got off because they were still a part of. They knew of the plan. But
you know how they exonerated him probably because you know why he's the mastermind. So they're like, okay, we're gonna make a deal with you. You know how that go, and we're gonna do you this, and that's why we don't hear nothing happen because the charges were dropped on them. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they have to give statements, but you don't want to hear it. Nobody wants to hear the judge.
But tonight the judge said, the crime is reporting it, and those brothers did not report it. Jussie reported it.
Oh, so
He,
that's what he's okay. That's what he focused on. They just went along with it.
yes,
That's
he
still the
said
same thing
because
to
he
me.
said you wrote the script, and he said, and then he gonna drag him talking about, and it wasn't a good it wasn't a good script either. But he
Yeah.
said that Jesse put together this whole plan. He gave him the money to go buy the everything, and somebody said Chantel said they were small fish. Yeah, but but he said the judge said tonight during that speech that they didn't report the crime. They could have acted all
True.
that out on their own, right? They could have done all of that on their own, no
Because he was the
problem.
one that sent the
Jesse
note.
was
Didn't he
the
send
one
the
that
note to his job? He sent the note to his own job too, right?
I think so.
Yep.
I think
He
so.
did
And
all of that.
everybody ignored it. Everybody ignored it, I guess. And that's when he decided to call come up with this farce.
Yeah, because he had sent the note a week, but was it like a couple of days or something before that? Remember, to his
Yeah.
job, like with a threat. He was trying to get all this attention. Oh my God.
Out
Oh,
of everybody on that, I don't know. Maybe it's me. But if I were to pick someone on that show to threaten,
mhm.
it would have been like Terrence Howard, or it would have
Exactly.
been Taraji. Like I mean, you like I wouldn't have. I don't know. You to
I
me, he
wouldn't
wouldn't
have
have been.
thought that
I don't know.
either. Or
I don't
even
know.
Diana Ross's son. I would have picked him. I mean, somebody that,
Evan
that knows
Ross,
somebody.
yeah, Evan
Yeah,
Ross,
Evan.
yes. Evan, see now, Evan Ross would have been a good one.
Or
Yeah,
either the one girl, what was her name? The black girl that's real pretty. What is her name with the long hair? What is her name? She's so pretty. She was with the guy that was in the wheelchair for a while.
well,
Eric.
I can't
What was
remember.
her name? Was that it? Wait, am I getting the shows confused? Yes, I am. I'm thinking of Star. Sorry. I was getting Star
I was
mixed up.
like,
Remember Star?
I was like,
Remember when
wait.
Star used to come on? It was so good.
Right after it was a spinoff of the show, right? So is it
Um,
Soraya? Somebody said the
no,
Soraya.
it was just about them. It was a music industry, but it was about this girl group or whatever, and they were trying to make it and everything. That was a
I
good show.
thought it
And
was a spinoff though. I thought it was a
um,
spinoff.
mm-mm. No, it wasn't a
Oh,
spinoff. It was just another music show. hmm But
yeah,
yeah, but
yeah,
that
yeah.
was.
It was
But he has all this
shenanigans.
time to think about it. That's sad though, because it was freezing. I can't believe it was below zero, and he had them people out there. Can you imagine? People could have froze to death. They could have gotten to an accident, lost their lives. You never know. And he's
Hmm.
over there playing around.
When
Child.
look, I didn't even hear the whole story. So when the judge said, the judge said, "Oh, you talking about you was going to Walgreens for some eggs?" I said, "What?" But the Walgreens wasn't even open at 2 o'clock in the morning. Oh my gosh! I was like, I
He
did hear
literally
about the subway. I heard about
I
the
heard about
subway, but I
Subway
didn't
too.
realize. I didn't
So
realize he
was he
first tried to
telling?
go to Walgreens for some eggs. I was like,
Oh
just
my God,
oh, it just
that is
gets worse.
crazy.
It just gets worse. Oh my
He is a
God.
bad liar. He is a bad liar. That is crazy. He might be a
So
psych. He might be worse than Diamond Dory.
don't do that.
He's probably worse. That's crazy. Because really, I mean, I think that she believes her lies. He believes his own lies. Oh my God,
He
that's
does. I
crazy.
mean, well, okay. So Jesse just okay. Jesse, when this first happened, my girlfriend
Mhm.
didn't believe the subways are even open at 2 o'clock in the morning. So she was like, "Girl, this sounds like a whole lie." And I was like, "Well, in DC, there's a subway that's open 24 hours because we used to go there after the club, so I know that. So there
Mhm.
are some metropolitan cities that have 24-hour subways,
Yeah.
but um." Then she said, "Well, he's rich, like, and he has money. Why didn't he do Uber Eats for a
See,
Subway?" So
exactly. Yeah.
we didn't even hear about that Walgreens thing. I didn't hear about that Walgreens thing until tonight when the judge said
Me
it.
either. Me either until tonight. Hey, all
I
about the
was like,
trees. How you
wait.
doing, baby? Yep. Until tonight, I heard
Yeah,
about it. I'm like, oh my God, that's crazy, right?
no, no, not talking about Don Georgia representing Jussie. Um, I agree with you, Tracy. I don't know if Diamond Dory is lying. I do believe that she believes what she says. But Jussie, he didn't even
hmm
believe his own lies. Jussie don't believe it. Jussie thinks he's smarter than other people.
He does. He thinks that he can. He thinks that he can. He probably thinks that he can look people in the eye and look that judge in the eye, and everybody else is less than, and he's higher up. I don't know where he got that from, but he is way up there. And see, this is why I say
Yeah.
about training up a child. Because look, if you raise them thinking that they're above the law and they can get away with anything, I mean, this is where that comes from. I believe he was raised to think that he's above everything, he can do whatever he wants and get away with it. And so to him, he's like shocked. Oh, I've been doing wrong because I told you I did this. So it is right. I told it to you. Just because I told you, that means it happened. And it's like, no. He has a rude awakening.
And his ego will not let him just be like, you know what, my bad. You know what? I mean, he still say, I mean, when he said, I'm innocent, I said, sir, stop.
All the theatrics. I was like, can you please stop? I was like, here we go. I was just sitting here like, here we go again. I was like, just going on out the courtroom and just be like, okay, I lied, hang your head down. But no, but you can tell when he was first accused, how he was looking like he was all pissed off when he was walking, like he wanted to be a victim. So
and he went on that morning show crying and carrying on. Oh, girl. But they said, okay, so I watched the prosecutor do his closing statement or whatever, statement he did. And then I watched his defense attorney speak, and then the judge, right? So I watched the whole thing. So the prosecutor said, I don't know, he hasn't spoken yet, but if he speaks today, but up until today, he hasn't said sorry. Like, he showed no remorse, he's not contrite at all about this. Any of this has happened. He says maybe when he gets up here and speaks later, he will be. So then after they spoke, they asked him, the judge said, do you want to give any words? He was like, no. Well, he did say no. The final answer was no. But what they did was they took a break. They went away for about 15 minutes. When they came back, his lawyer said, I advise my client not to speak. And the judge was like, that's fine, but he needs to say it. So then he asked Jussie, and Jussie said, no, he's not going to give a statement. And I was like, okay. So
that made it worse. Because at that time he hadn't gave the sentence. Had he gave the sentence at that point?
No, but girl, but that 20-minute speech he gave, he already knew
he knew
he had his speech prepared. He had his speech prepared, but that's what he hadn't given his speech. And I guess he wanted, and maybe he would have lightened it up if Jussie had said something. But Jussie didn't say anything. So the thing is, when you don't say anything, people really can't assume, how you feel, right? They don't know. But
when you don't have any remorse, the judge is going to assume, okay, he just don't give a damn. He just don't give a damn. We know you're lying, but he just don't give a damn. He don't even want to say nothing. So the judge was like, I'm already tired of him. That's why the judge was pissed off.
But listen to this, Tracy. If you plan to appeal not just the conviction, I mean the sentencing, but the conviction too, which he was convicted in December. So if you plan to appeal the whole thing, you probably don't want to give them say you're sorry. Because he's still saying, you know what I'm saying? Because he's still saying he's innocent. So maybe that's why he didn't speak. So that's what I'm saying. But you don't know what the person's thinking or whatever. However, after he gave the sentence, after he gave the sentence, he stood up and acted a fool. So now we know.
And the whole thing is, in order to appeal it, there's no basis to appeal it on. What is your basis besides I didn't do it? That's your only basis for an appeal. So you're right. I mean, if he's still lying, which he is, saying that he didn't do it, he's a victim, still playing that role. Of course, there's nothing for him to say, like you said, But the fact is, if he would have, I guarantee you, he didn't take the plea deal. If he would have took the plea deal, he'd have been fine with a misdemeanor. Now he's got 6 felonies. 6 felonies. Yep, and I'm like, is it worth it? 6 felonies on his record.
But you know what? They was being petty. They was being petty because 4 of them are for the 4 officers he told the story to.
God, they were.
Yes. So maybe they made that. Yes. Did they make that one? They gave him 1 count per officer that he told the story to. Yes.
Ooh.
Yes. Now I don't know what the other. I thought it was 5. But I'm not sure if it's 6, but I know 4 of them out of whatever the number is was because he told 4 different officers that lie.
Wow.
And I think they're being light on him because it probably was more than 4, who was listening. But yeah, he directly told, was the one who came to the house. I guess whoever came afterwards, whoever's at the precinct. Yeah, he got those 4 charges for that reason.
He looks like he's aged a lot. Don't he look like he's stressed out, like he's aged a lot? I'm like, he should be stressed out. He should be. You're right. You're right, child. I'm like, oh, it's a lot going on. I just was in shock. I'm like, I cannot believe he's sitting up there still like now. Even I was gonna say, so even if he would, he didn't take the plea deal, that's one. But even after, even if he would have still said, okay, I admit it now, I did it, whatever. But he went up there and perjured himself. I'm like, that's just. I was like, that is just unheard of. How, does he really think they have the footage there? The footage is right there, and you're still saying they're not seeing what they're looking at? Is he okay? They see what they're looking at. You are there. There's your silhouette.
But here's the thing. Part of his plan was to meet on that corner where there was camera.
Oh my God.
No, that was part of the plan. So, because remember he had the guys wear the mask and the red hats. That was part of the plan, was to have like some type of camera footage. See,
what it was that they didn't see nobody else walking by, so it had to be them that did it. I think that's what it was. If I remember back then, I remember they were walking along. And they had timed it, and they said, okay, we seen the two brothers come by, but that was like so much amount of time after. And that was it. There was nobody else. So it left, so there was no other person it could have been. Nobody. And let's say miraculously appeared and they were ghosts. So that's how he didn't even figure it out. He didn't even think about it, I guess.
Yeah, but I think where he also went wrong was calling that manager, because I believe, my girlfriend and I were talking about this, we believe that's where it went wrong. I don't know if he necessarily would have called the police and reported it. I think he would have maybe gone to the media more so and was like, hey, I was jumped last night. I don't know that he would have went to them, because when he called his manager, the manager was like in London or something like that, or Paris. I don't think he thought he would answer the phone. And the guy answered the phone. Now, what I didn't know was that he called him while he was outside so he could hear the kerfuffle. I didn't know that. I thought he called him after he got back to the room.
Do you think he was just trying to get off from work so he wouldn't have to work?
No, I think he was trying to get buzz. I think he was trying to get buzz around his name.
Because I was thinking, why would he not want to go to? I mean, he probably felt like he didn't want to go to work the next. I don't know, maybe because it's just so weird. Why would he call? If that happened, the last thing would be to call the manager and be like, I don't know. It was just weird. I don't even know.
Yeah, I think he wanted to leave. I think he wanted to be like on the voicemail. You know what I'm saying? And let the manager kind of hear what was going on. But the manager answered the phone.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't think he wanted to talk to the manager. I think he wanted, because that's even the judge said, you just roped him in too, because you wanted someone to be able to hear you, this fight in the background and some of the words being said. I really do not think that he thought that manager was going to answer the phone. And I think that was the kink in his system. I mean, a whole lot of stuff went wrong, especially when a car rolled by while the guys was trying to, fake attack him. And so the brothers ran off.
Oh my God. Did they really? I didn't know that part.
Oh, now see, Tracy, you got to go back and listen. You got to go back and listen to the judge's entire recap, because the judge was like, oh, the brothers were, okay. So what he said was, you were flying back from wherever, your flight was late. You text the brothers to say, hey, my flight is late. Let's move our plan back to 2:00. It was initially at another time. So then he said you gave them $100 to go to the store and to get the bleach and whatever else they bought, right? You told, I mean, look, they got the whole thing, the whole list. He's like, you told them to buy red hats to represent MAGA. And then you told him to buy a mask and then meet you on this corner. But yeah, he literally texted them from the plane, or when he landed, I think it was like, hey, we here. Yeah, they pushed it back to 2:00. So then they went and met. He told me, you told us where to meet on that corner. So this is what the judge said. He called the manager. I didn't think that's when that happened, but the judge said you called the manager, had the manager on the phone. These two, so he could hear these guys. He said you told them to call you the N-word. You told them to call you the F-word and to kind of rough you up. Y'all have a little scuffle. A car rides by, the brothers get scared and run off before they could really tighten the noose. So when he walked back to his hotel, the noose was
all loose. Okay,
it was loose because the brothers didn't get to finish. And he said, he said, so you went back in your hotel room and tightened it before the police got in. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, because it wasn't when the police first got there, it wasn't tight. I guess it wasn't tight. It was just wrapped around his neck. He said, I guess then when he turned around, he had made it to where it was like, I guess
Yeah,
it was
he
like,
wanted to show the police, and they were saying, most people said, first of all, any black man that had a noose around his neck would have taken that noose off. It would have been on the floor somewhere when the cops got there, and he'd have just pointed to it and said, that's what was, that was around my neck. You would not still be sitting there with a noose around your neck.
First of all, there's no trees around there. So why the hell is somebody going to be putting a noose on somebody anyway? It don't make no sense.
I didn't even think about that.
There's no damn tree. I'm like, come on. Like, what the hell? It served no purpose. He was not thinking. His mind, I don't know what was going on.
Yep. Oh yeah. And so what is it Isri said is true. So remember when this first happened, the prosecutor dropped the whole thing, right? Now the cops was pissed because they used a lot of resources. The prosecutor dropped it. Girl, he was still going around talking trash. Oh, they try to take me down, but I'm the victim here. Well, I'm the survivor here. He wouldn't leave it alone. And that's what made them say, oh no.
He was going crazy. He wouldn't just shut up. I remember that. He was acting very cocky and arrogant.
Yep. The judge said that he received a letter, and I didn't think this was fair because the letter he quoted was from another judge. But that's not the point. He said that, it was another judge that was like, he said she came to him as a citizen, but she was so upset. But I'm like, yeah, but still, she knew to come to him, which is kind of judge-like, because I don't think I would have known to write a letter to the judge. No. But anyways, that's what made him say, not him. It wasn't the judge. That's what made another judge review it again and then assign a special prosecutor. And then once they did that and the special prosecutor decided to go forward, then this judge was assigned. So yeah,
I think it was a perfect judge for it because he was a no-nonsense type of judge. So I'm like, hey, and I guess you have to be because he's a judge from Chicago, right? So I guess you have to be because they were trying to, I'm pretty sure that they're big city, so they would try. He have to be hip to everything that they're trying. He's like, no, I'm not. I'm calling you out on it. We're not gonna go there.
Oh my gosh. It's just, I'm offended for everybody. I'm offended for the gay community. I'm offended for the black community. I'm offended for the white community too. MAGA's running around here doing a whole bunch of ish.
I was offended initially because I felt like people already, there's a lot of in the community, there's already a lot of, trans getting killed and things like that. So with him going out there, first of all, he's targeting the gay community. And then as a black man too, it's just like a double whammy. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you? It's like he's just doing too much. I was like, what? I mean,
can I just say, can we also talk about the fact that MAGA supporters are probably not watching Empire? So how do they know who Jussie is?
True. I don't know what.
And then how would they know Jussie is gay by watching him walk down the street?
Child, I don't know why he
to attack him and call him homophobic names. How would they know?
Exactly. It's not like you can look at him and tell, okay, he's gay. No, you can't just look at him and tell like that. I'm like, what is this? It was weird. He had just got off the plane. Nobody knew him from a can of paint. So it was just weird. I don't know.
No, you're right, Blast. He was the only criminal out in that 0 degree weather. I mean, that below zero weather.
Nobody else was out. That's what I'm like. It was just a stupid plan. It was so stupid. Like he said, I have to look at it from the beginning because I came in I think almost towards the end of it. But
no, you gotta watch it because the judge sits down and he recaps the whole story. And I'm telling you, I was embarrassed hearing the story. I was like, Jussie, you a whole fool.
That's crazy.
He actually turned his brothers into victims in his recap. He was like, these poor guys looked up to you and thought that you made
yes, he did. I remember when he said that.
Oh, he turned him into a whole victim.
He goes, they probably idolized you. They looked up at you and this is what you did to them. Oh my God, he was good.
Yeah.
He must have been an attorney before. Was that judge an attorney before? Because I was like, dang.
Yeah. All judges, well, for as far as I know, all judges are attorneys first. So yeah.
Oh, are they? Okay, I didn't know that. Because I was like, wow. I was just thinking like, I felt sorry for the brothers. I was like, I'm feeling sorry for them. No one getting damn well they knew what was going on, right? I was like, how sad for them. They looked up to him.
Yeah. The more he talked, the more I said, ooh, Jussie, your hole under the jail is getting deeper.
Yep.
So
It was,
I
oh
actually
my
didn't think
God.
he got. I think he should have got at least the year because he was eligible for like 1 to 3 years. I think he should have got it. I really do.
How
I
many
mean,
people? Okay, let me ask y'all in the chat. How many people think he should have got more than that he should have got more than the time that he
5
got, which was
months.
the 5 months? How many think he
Mhm.
should have got more time than that? Press one. If you think he should have got more time than that. If y'all think that he got that the verdict was just,
But he
press
didn't get
two.
5 months. He got no. Let me see. It's 4 weeks in a month. He
Basically, he
got
got
150
it's
days.
that's like 5 months, isn't it? 5 months, yeah.
It's 4 months. It's not even.
Four,
It's
oh,
not
wait,
even a full
wait.
four
Four,
because 4 months
30
would
times
be.
4 is 120. No, but 5 months because it's like 5 times 30. If you do 5 times 30 is 150. Yeah. Mhm.
Oh,
Five times
I'm
30.
doing it. I'm doing it by the weeks. Okay. Okay, got
Yeah.
you.
So yeah, so that would be so 5 months, y'all. So how many of y'all think? Let me see what they're saying in the chat. We want to see. We the people want to know what y'all think. What do the people think, y'all? Do y'all think he has a just punishment if he did, press two? If he did not, if you think he should have got more time, press one. Muffy said one. Okay.
Yeah, right. One. I agree. One.
Okay, one. Everybody saying one. Hey, Carmel. Hey, everybody. Who
It
else
was
feels he should get more
he
time?
offended so many people. Like, come on now. It was he created this outrage. I mean, it was just too much.
Put your back into it. Said two. Okay, two. So he should have got. Okay, so then, okay. If you believe it was just, I said press two. Okay, if you believe he should have got more time, press one. So Trixie voted twice. So it's Muffy and Trixie. That's two. And then we have put your back into it, and Esri said two. So they said it was just. What else? Does anybody else have anything? Okay, here we go. Chantel said one. Okay, so one's one. So someone said it was just, pretty much. Any other voters? Come on, anybody.
Hey, Cold Brew. You see Cold Brew wrote. I don't think your mom would be attacking Jesse.
But she's 81-year-old, a closeted. Oh my God. Ooh, child. Okay, boo. I seriously don't know what to think. It's mind blowing. Cole Bruce says she don't know what to think. It's mind blowing. Child, it's a lot going on with it. I just
Bless,
don't
you
know
didn't
where
think,
she's
oh
gonna
my
cut
God,
it.
Isri, you didn't think you think he got as much time as he needed? He needed more time than that. Okay.
I think that was because it's his first offense as far as that's concerned. And it's gonna
It is
teach him a
not. It's his
lesson.
second time. It's his second time lying to
Okay.
the police and sticking in it
Sure.
and standing in it.
And if he
It's
don't learn from this, I don't know what. If he don't learn from this and he gets in any more damn trouble, I mean, I just don't understand. I mean, he just went looking for trouble. Trouble didn't even find
yeah.
him. He just went looking for it. I'm like, are you just bored?
Yeah, and I don't like liars, but and before a liar, only thing that's worse to me than a liar is somebody who volunteers a lie. If I didn't even ask you and you come running up to me with a lie, I'm like, wait a minute. I didn't even. I mean, if I ask you a question and you lie, that's one thing. But if
Yeah.
I'm just minding my business, you come run over there and say, "Girl, guess what? I caught Moby Dick." What? Like I didn't even ask you. Don't come. I don't like that. So for him
Yeah.
to come running over here with a lie, I was like, no, that's not cool.
It's just unnecessary. It was just no call for. It's like just to create drama. I'm like, is he a drama queen or what? Like just to create drama.
Yeah.
It makes you think, what else will he do? He would probably fake his death or something. God forbid. But I'm saying, he would probably be that type.
Yeah, I do feel like Carmel said he should just apologize. I do feel like if he showed some remorse and apologized, they would not have gone after him. But you cannot spit in the face of all the cops and be like, so, and I didn't even get in trouble, and I'm still gonna keep going and saying it's true. When they have done their job, they've investigated, it is you definitely lied and you still going.
It's crazy that he did that. Like, I'm going to stand my ground. And then some black man was on TV, some man of the NAACP or something. I was like, what is he yelling about? It was just weird. I was like,
because the judge quoted him. The judge mentioned his name along with Al Sharpton's name and said, he says, whatever his name is, he said his name, and he said the president of the NAACP and Al Sharpton, great leaders. He said they even wrote letters on your behalf. That's what made it worse. It really made it worse that he knows better. He said, I really take into consideration your background and who you are and whether you know better. Yeah. And he's like, you knew better. And let me tell you something. Another reason why I think that he should have got in trouble, and maybe I'm taking this out on him because a lot of people lie like this, but I think anybody who's putting out false allegations against somebody should go to jail. Did you hear about the woman who just recently accused Chris Brown of rape and was like
Oh yeah, that's horrible.
going through it,
Yeah,
and then he plays the voicemail and shows the DMs where she's on there
he
talking
needs
about
to
he
go
was
to
the best
jail.
lover. Oh,
Yeah,
she needs
she needs to go
to
to
be in jail
jail.
too. She needs to go in jail too. That's not cool. And
Because
I'm
they need to
tired of
stop. They
everybody.
need to
I'm
stop
tired of all
doing
these
that.
girls accusing Chris Brown of rape every 2 years.
Mhm.
I'm sick of it.
And not only that, just men in general. There's a lot of people that are just accusing people, of doing that, and they haven't even done, and they just keep doing it. I'm like, for what? Just because
Yeah,
they want attention, and it's like, stop. At what
yeah,
point do it's not funny because it can ruin his reputation. It can ruin
yes,
his chance of getting work or whatever, or get selling any albums or whatever. He's had enough flack on his, with all of the stuff
yeah,
he was going through. So I'm
yeah.
like, come on now, it's
I
really,
agree. And the
they're
fact that
gonna have
she
to do
said,
something.
the fact that she said you were the best, you were the best I had. And then she goes into talking about later on, how he ghosted her. She hadn't heard from him. And then it turns around to being rape.
And she sounded like she was like, okay, so like she sounded like she had been smoking, and she was just like, okay. I mean, she sounded rough. I was like, does she look the way she sounds? She just sounded rough. I was like, okay.
She had to have
But I
been
was
smoking
like,
to leave that voicemail and then turn around and then turn around
she had
and
been doing
accuse
something.
him of rape. You had to have been high. Girl, I don't
Child,
know. She must have thought he deleted it. I'm glad he didn't delete his messages.
can you
And
imagine that? She would have kept on and on with it, probably. Wow.
I
But
mean,
he
he gets.
probably
I
knows.
mean, it's not right. It's not right for any of these people who are out here wasting the police time and ruining people's reputations for no reason.
Yeah,
Justice
because if
crime
it
was
was
actually a
anything
victimless
else,
crime, but it's not
yeah,
cool.
because if it was, well, it's kind of like yeah, it was a victimless crime, but it's the fact that the manpower and everything that was used, and it's dealing with it's like lying to the, to the, what do you call it, to the
Authorities.
law enforcement. So
Hmm.
that's the thing too. And I think Mona should have went to jail for faking her death. I think she should have went to jail. But that's just me. But that was just YouTube, because we all were really, everybody was like really like thinking about, it was just like a big old thing. So nobody should be able to
Well,
get
okay,
away with that because it's
I
disgusting.
don't know. I don't know if Mona faked her death, but
Oh
if
my God.
she, but she did not.
Were
She
you here? Were you here at the time?
Yes, but I'm not
And you
giving my
still don't
opinion on.
know?
I'm not giving my
Oh my
opinion on that.
God.
What I'm saying is the reason why I say this is because she did not. She didn't like the no authorities were looking for her body. You know what I'm saying? Like she didn't
But
disappear and the
it's
authorities
still,
were
the
looking for her. There was
people's pain and
no.
suffering was horrible. I mean, it was just like, I mean, it was just like, it was devastating, really devastating. And then you had T.S. Madison. She was like freaked out. Everybody was freaked out.
Yes, and
It was just like
her mother was upset too.
it was
Yeah.
crazy. I
No,
was just like, who does that?
I agree that but what I'm saying is she didn't cause
Take it to that
resources.
extent.
She didn't cause
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
no resources like you know what I'm saying? Like if she had just ran
Yeah.
away. Oop, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I
Meat
was getting a
Magazine
phone
was
call,
the only
sorry.
one that put it in there. They was the only ones that put it in their magazine. I guess it was.
Who put it in the magazine?
Meat Magazine. I had never heard of it until then.
Put about a YouTuber committing
Yeah.
suicide?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I didn't see that.
But that was just, it was horrible. I'm just like, what is wrong with these people? That's why I said if he'll do that, he'll do anything. I mean, he would probably, this is what he would probably hire somebody to injure somebody so he could get a part in something. See, this is going to follow him because this shows his character of what he's capable of doing. I think after doing this is only a little bit of what he can do, what he's capable of doing, and what he will do. And the
I
life
think
of those is good.
I think what he was trying to aim for is exactly what the judge said, like clout, right? Because I
Mm-hmm.
think that he was trying to make himself more desirable. Like if you try to hurt you if you commit a crime against him because he's gay, because he's black, that is going to make more people say, no, you're not going to treat him like that because he's gay and he's black. We're going to give him more movies. We're going to put him out in front even
See,
more. We're going to
that's
go
what
buy
I
his
think.
album. We're going to support him more. That's what he was
Uh-huh.
doing.
That's what he was trying to do.
And
But
then again, when he's like, I'm the gay Tupac. Tupac, when he got shot and came back, he was even bigger than he was before. That's all he was trying to do. That's all he was
oh
trying
my
to do.
God, he was trying to do. Oh Lord. And he didn't
Yeah,
even
that's all
think,
he
he
was
just
trying to
did
do.
not even think, he think he could outsmart the cops. I guess he did think he could outsmart the cops. That is really wild.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. He did. And
Wow.
yeah, he did. it's just ridiculous. And another reason I feel like he should have got more than 5 months is because 6 months is 5 or 6 months is because when he gets out, his stardom will not have cooled down enough that somebody else won't hire him. They'll hire him because he's controversial. But had he been there like 3 years,
I don't think so. I think he'll get, if anything, he'll probably get small roles, but I don't think nobody's going to touch him right away. This is hot, and it's brought it back up now. Even though it's been years later, it's brought it back up. This is not, I think he's going to be blacklisted for a while. I may be wrong, but I know that people like, what's his name? Daniels is not going to pick him up, Lee Daniels or whoever. People are not going to pick him up so easy to put him in mainstream. They're going to pick somebody that's less controversial, and he's not going to, now somebody that has a lot of money, if they're putting him in like a little, like a little side part or whatever, I think it's going to work out for him. But aside from that, I don't think people are going to have to forget about this for him to be able to.
Yeah, that's true. And they went hard for him because remember, as soon as he got attacked, his cast members were like tweeting about it, and they were on Instagram about it. Taraji was on there saying, giving a little speech and stuff, and then he lied. They were slowly like pulling it down.
I'm just
oh my gosh, I can't.
That is so embarrassing. Can you imagine how embarrassing it's like? And his brother, like, he had an attitude. His face, he looked so pissed off. You can tell they're spoiled. He just looked pissed off. His brother looked pissed off. They just looked like they were spoiled and entitled, and they were pissed because they weren't getting their way. That's how he looked. I was just like, okay.
Well, you need to listen to his lawyer too, because when you listen to, like I said, the prosecutor, and then you listen to his lawyer pretty much said that, he shouldn't get locked up for, wasting some money. What? He made it seem like, he made it, because I noticed it was like, I noticed you won't say the amount of money. Like, did he waste?
And you know why he was shocked? Because his attorneys probably was telling him, "Don't worry about it. You're fine." Because they want to get paid, right? And they want to make him happy. So they ain't gonna want to make him worry. So they're like, "Oh, you're fine. Let's go happy."
No. What his attorney said was that he's already been punished for the crime, and that you can't punish him twice. They said he was, because he even tried to like slide in the word Constitution, and and it's against the law, because when last year, like not last year, whenever it was that he paid the people back. He did community service around something. I think they ordered him to community service, and they ordered him to pay the payroll, right? Whatever the payroll cost was for the people
to come out.
Yeah. And so his lawyer was saying, well, he's already been punished. You can't punish him again. So so I do think that his lawyer and them thought he was gonna like get nothing, or maybe 6 more weeks of community service. But if you're saying he's a community activist, he's already doing community service. That's not punishing him.
And even like y'all Ming said, I didn't know that, y'all, but y'all said Black gays do not benefit from an idea like that. Maybe the biracial ones do. So he thought he would benefit, one, because he's gay, and then I guess because he was Black. I guess because he's not acknowledging the other half, because he calls himself Black. So there are no legit examples of gay males benefiting from such a thing. Okay, got you, babe. That's good to know too, because it was like nobody's gonna rally behind. That's true, because you don't hear about anybody rallying behind anybody that's gay for a hate crime. You know what I'm saying? You don't. It's sad. It's just like with our Black women that get killed. You don't hear about a lot of them. We really don't. But if it's somebody like what was that lady's name? The Gabrielle whatever that got lost or whatever. Yeah, no, that one that got lost, the white girl with the blonde hair, and they couldn't find her and all that. It went crazy. I mean, that just went. And I was like, what about all these other women? That's what made me really start thinking. I was like, well, that's true. So I started following like the Black Girl Lost and a lot of the other people on YouTube that cover a lot of the Black stories about women going missing and abuse against women, because I'm like, it's really a big thing. And people don't even think about it. I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, these crazy men, some of them are killing us out there, even especially women that are pregnant. So it's like, you really got to think about it, because they're not thinking about, the women. They're just thinking about, or even not even women, but the Black women, or even Black males for that matter, Black males either. So it's like, you got to really think about the whole thing. It's crazy. Gabby Petito, that was her. Yes, Chantel. Thank you, baby.
I could care less about her. I was following the Black guy. I can't think of his name. The one who was in medical school. They came up missing. He came up missing at the same time.
I don't even think, I think the other one, I was so wrapped up in that case, because I was like, what the hell? Because I was convinced that, I was like, there's no way. And I kept saying, he's going to kill himself. I know he is, because he was a coward. he was so young. He's not going to spend all his whole life in jail but for killing that girl, you know? And his family knew about it. They covered up. And it was just the way it was done was just it was just sickening. Sickening.
Yeah, but there was a guy who went to medical school. He was in medical school, and
Hmm.
he spoke to his law, like his medical teacher that morning. He went to do clinicals. Later on, yeah, they found him. No, in the lake, right? I thought it was in the lake. They found him in the lake, and his, I don't know, I don't know if his organs were missing or not because because
Oh,
because
you're
the
talking
because
about
the go ahead.
the black kid that got killed in the gym, the gymnasium
No, not
with
him.
his
That's Kendrick. That's Kendrick Johnson. They still don't know
okay.
what happened to him. No, no, no.
That is
So it was
weird.
another guy recently. It was really recently that happened. And what happened was he came up missing. He talked to his mother like every day. This happened in Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
And he was in college and he
Mm-hmm.
didn't call that day. They see video of him at some dispensary. And they thought that was kind of sketchy. And had changed clothes between the time they saw him on campus in his clinical outfit. He was wearing like shorts at the weed dispensary. And then he just came up missing. So his whole family was looking for him. His mom was calling the police. The police weren't looking. Yes, Jelani. Thank you. Jelani
Oh,
is his
Jelani
name.
Day. Yeah, Jelani Day.
Yeah,
So isn't
yeah,
that the
Jelani
one?
Day.
No,
See,
maybe that's not the one. I thought that was the one I was talking about.
Kendrick
That's not the
Johnson
one
is
that was
the one that
wrapped
was
up.
found in the gym, rolled up in the mat.
Okay, okay, then
No,
that's him. Okay.
Jelani happened at the same time as Gabby. At the same exact time as Gabby. There's also
Really?
another.
I
There's also
probably thought it
another
was the
girl.
same one. I probably thought it
that-
was the same one. I probably did.
No, Kendrick happened years ago.
Oh, okay. Well, then
Kendrick
maybe.
happened before that. What's that girl that got killed? The one that they had a whole sector. The sector Joanna came from. Um,
Oh, the is that the JK? What is it? J4K or J2K? That
this
sector?
she came from the sector with the girl from Chicago, the one that was killed in the hotel room in the hotel.
Yeah, Tamika Jenkins. That's a J4. Is it
Kanika
J4K
Jenkins,
or
yes, Kanika
J2K?
Jenkins,
Yeah.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I think his situation, Eric Kendrick, happened, after before Kanika.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, his was before
And his
that.
organs were missing too. Oh my God.
Now, see, here's the thing. Well, they did say his organs was missing, right? But I was thinking about
Mhm.
this because recently they said Jelani's organs was missing. So Jelani's mother came back out and said that's not exactly true. What happened was she and her family had a second autopsy done. So what was
Uh-huh.
presented to the public was the second autopsy. And yes, by the time it got to the second autopsy, it the organs were gone because they took the organs out during the first autopsy.
Oh, well, that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense because
Yeah,
if they
so I
get,
was
they're
like,
gonna just, yeah, because
yes, I
that
was
would be
like, well,
weird.
maybe that's what happened with Kendrick. I'm not sure. I'm not. Oh,
I wonder
somebody else in your
because how
chat said
they
they
just
came
gonna
from
leave it
Kanika
like that?
Jenkins. Who
You
was
know what I'm
that?
saying? How they just because they did do a second autopsy on him too, didn't they?
Who? Kendrick?
Uh-huh. Well, no, the one, yeah, the one Kendrick, the one I'm talking about, that got wrapped up in the mat.
I think so. I think so. Okay, so you came from that sector too, Unfiltered Muffy. Yeah,
Yeah.
she was in
Yeah.
Kanika Jenkins too. Yeah, that was yeah. I'm not sure. See, that's what I was thinking. Like maybe they did because yeah, you know what? They did do a second autopsy on him because he was found in the gym. How do you get in the gym wrapped up in a mat? I can't even
It was
imagine how that happened.
crazy. You know what? They were saying that he was taken out and he was taken away from the school and he was brought back because
Oh,
it was weird how they put it. They said he was taken away from the school and he was brought back because he was found, I guess, in there with no organs. So how could he be? They had to have taken him away because nobody's going to be dismantling him. There's no place for him to take his organs out there at the school.
mm-hmm,
So somebody took
mm-hmm.
that child away from the school and brought him back and wrapped him in a mat. That was crazy to me. That freaked me out. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Probably harbored his organs.
That's crazy,
Yeah, that
right?
was. But they never solved it. And there's so many cases that well, so I watch a lot of true crime, right? And some of the white true crime YouTube channels were saying that
Uh-huh.
the reason why No, they never found out what happened to Kendrick Johnson. But the reason why they don't do a lot of stories on black people is because there's not a lot of information on them when they go to research it. Now, so when they went further and said, well, why isn't there a lot of information? Is the police not investigating like they should? Well, the police said that the nature, unfortunately, the nature of black people are not to talk a lot, and we don't trust the police enough to share with them and to give them information, and especially around a murder or a missing person. We don't know how they got killed or if we may be attacked, so we don't really talk to them. So therefore, they don't really have a lot of information to go on when they're trying to investigate a crime. And that's why a lot of the true crime people can't really do longer videos like they want to, because there's no information. There's not much information.
People are scared to talk, I guess. You know, some people are like, oh, no, I don't do police. I do. If it's information, you need to give them information. I mean, you have to give them information or contact them. Yeah. That's what they're there for. We're paying for them. I mean, come on. But some people just don't want to do that. They're like, no, you know. Yeah. Now, Kim Cook, I never heard. Okay, I can look that up. So you said y'all should read Kim Cook's opinion piece on this. Okay. She said the judge appointed a special prosecutor with an unlimited budget to reopen the case. Reopen the case of which one, Cold Brew? She says there's no abuse of discretion standard.
Are you talking about? What do you mean? You talking about Kenneka Jenkins?
No, which one are we talking about? I'm talking about. I don't know. Wait,
Cold Brew might be talking about Kenneka Jenkins.
Kim Cook's op-ed article is in the Chicago Sunday Times online today. Okay, but what are we talking about? Which case are we talking about?
Yeah, is it Yamane? I don't know how he would commit suicide in that mat. That was just weird. How was that a thing?
He did not commit no damn suicide. They just wanted to close the case. Who in the hell is going to commit suicide? His shoes were off even. Were his shoes off? I'm like, what the hell? His shoes were off. So how in the hell? Come on now. I have a close friend who is the mother of a biracial daughter who was shot and killed during a drug deal gone wrong. She had to fight tooth and nail to get the accusers prosecuted. Oh, I believe it. Oh, you were talking about Jesse. Oh, okay. You were talking about Jesse.
Oh, Kim Cook about Jesse. Okay, we'll do.
I will do. Gossip. If the police wanted to get the tea, find out. Exactly. One of those students is a killer, and you know what? They're going to kill again because they got away with it once. They're going to think it's easy, and they're going to do it again. I'm surprised that, but there's no way because you can't really pinpoint it. I'm surprised that nobody's seen anything. I'm thinking maybe it had to be an adult because a kid would have been that'd have to be a calculated kid. You have to carry him out of there, practically drag him out of there to the car. I mean, that's just weird.
I think they show him walking into the gym, right? I think on the cameras, but then it kind of goes out of camera. I mean, out of frame, and they don't know what happened after that.
And he never left. That is strange.
It's all really strange. But I am shocked that if it was a student had killed him, that the student has not spoken up. That's not really normal for teens to be able to keep that as a secret for a long time. They need to look around and see who's on drugs. It's probably eating them alive.
That's what I would think. Or because then it's not that calculating like that at that age usually. I mean, you would tell something's going on. That's why I said it must be an adult. It must be one of the teachers, somebody there. It has to be somebody there that somebody probably went home early that day or something happened because they left and it had to be. And see, I don't even know because I could see if they were near like a border town or something, you know how they try and get rid of the organs or whatever. What was the point of that be? What would the point of that be? Are they doing it to save somebody's life or whatever? I mean, you just can't exactly say, okay, well, we're going to go here and we're going to take a black market organ over there and we're going to take you to a hospital and they're going to put it in you. It's like, what? It doesn't make any sense.
Well, people don't care where they get an organ from as long as they get one.
But what doctor are you going to get to? You know what I'm saying? It's like
under a black market doctor.
True. Could be one that's older that's like, okay, we're going to do this. We're going to do this on this, get on this table at the warehouse here. I remember when I was going to one time, I was thinking about getting lipo. I remember years ago, and I had called to find out how much it was going to be. I remember this man had told me, I had called down there, and it was a warehouse. He was like, yeah, you need to meet at this warehouse at 8:00. I said, at night?
What?
I am
Wait
not
a
kidding.
minute.
He told me, I am not kidding. I'm not kidding. This man told me, he said, okay, he goes, you need to meet. He goes, we have another trip going. They were going to Mexico, right? This was before anything about trafficking became big or anything. This was like in the 90s, right? He was like, yeah. He goes, you need to go down there. And I wasn't even big. I was always so skinny, right? But I just wanted to get my stomach real flat. So I was like, okay, I think I want some of this done. So I was like, okay, so I'm just calling to see how much it'll cost. And I think it was like, the time it was like $2,000 for lipo, right? And I was like, okay. So you know how you see it in one of the ads in the back of the paper. So I called and they were like, yeah, you can meet us at this warehouse. And it was like a carpet warehouse. And I was like, in the warehouse? I said, you want me to meet you at the warehouse? He goes, yeah. He goes, yeah. And I was like, okay. And he goes, yeah, you just come on in. We're going to leave about 8 o'clock and da, da, da. And I was just like, it just sounded really creepy. I was like, what the hell? Why would you?
They was about to ship you off and put your poom poom on the market, girl. No, ma'am.
They was gonna traffic me. I'm pretty sure. Now that I think about it, they were probably gonna, or either they were gonna traffic me.
In the 90s, lipo was not $2,000. It was like 12,000, 20,000. So if you found it for 2,000,
lipo on your stomach,
on your stomach
in
the 90s,
like, no, it was cheap. No, it was like it was cheap.
It's like 2,000 now.
No, it's not that cheap now. Is it that cheap now? No, it wasn't that cheap. I mean, it wasn't back then. The whole body thing, the tummy tuck and everything was like it was expensive then. Like if you got lipo all over, it was a lot back then. But just lipo on your stomach was like, it was only like 2,000. It was like 1,700 something. I remember them saying it was like for one area. So I was like, okay. So I was like, I was going to
say lipo was like 4 to 5,000. I don't know. It depends on where you're getting it, but that was in Mexico, they was about but you made a right call by not going, because they definitely was about to put you up on the market.
Exactly, but if it's only 2,000 now, that's cheap. Okay.
But it's like 1,900 for your stomach.
Oh, that's not bad. So I was like, okay, I was ready to go, girl. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, wait a minute. We have to go. I was like, I gotta go. I was like, at a warehouse. I said, and I said, is that where you, and I said, is that where you do it at there? And he goes, no, we just cross on over at that point because the doctors, they're just right there. And we cross on over. I was like, okay, it was weird.
Oh, you were going to get it in Mexico.
Yes.
You're right. Well, yeah. I see what you're saying. I'm sorry. I was reading somebody's message and they were saying it was in Mexico. Yeah. It would have been cheap in Mexico. You're right. But you wouldn't have made it back. They're gonna put you on sale.
Yeah, that's what they're gonna do. Can you imagine that? Can you
imagine? Put you on sale, girl.
So they would have killed me. I'd have been on the milk carton or something back then. I'd have been on the milk carton.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
And I was like, do people really go? Can you imagine how many people actually called them and met over there to do that? I was so naive at the time. But I was like, hell no. I was just terrified.
Naive. Like, you listened to your inner self and didn't go.
Exactly. Now, one of the other girls, she did go, but she drove over and got hers. And I think she got a staph infection because her whole body, like literally her body was sore weeks and weeks after. And I was like, I don't know how she's doing now, but her whole body, I mean, you could tell she was having like major problems because she came back and she didn't even take time off from work. She came back and she was all wrapped up and everything at work. I was like, that is not normal.
No, they're saying you could go over to the island, like Dominican Republic, and somebody said Cozumel. Yeah, you can go over. I know. I knew somebody who went to the Dominican Republic and got it done. And it was funny because her doctor was like totally Spanish, spoke Spanish, and she didn't know what he was saying. I was like, girl, no. And then she stayed in like this, like one of those, like a spa recovery place for about 2 weeks. And she said if she had to do it again, she wouldn't do it again. But she recommends anybody else take somebody with them because she went by herself. So she was laid up in that, recovery thing for 2 weeks with nobody else there. And she said she didn't even think about it because if something went wrong, what would she have done? Hey, I can't see that. Is it Trixie? Trixie's asking you a question.
Oh, let me see. Yeah, I wouldn't go by myself because you never know if they put you out. You don't know what's going on. Hey, Tracy, did you ever hear the case about the Millbrook twins? No, I never heard of them.
I'm going to look that up too. Yeah, K. Michelle's story is disgusting.
Family of Six said they had already started bidding on me. Oh, you're so crazy.
They did.
So they were. There was some like skinny black girl with long hair. I bet you I could hear them now. They were probably ready. I was like, hell no.
They did. Exactly. That's what she said. Imagine dying overseas. And that's what she said. Oh, I didn't even think about it because she got a total, like her stomach done, her flanks done, her sides, her back. She got her boobs done, and she got a BBL at the same time. She got all of that done. So she was over there for a while, just healing. And she was like, yeah, it was a lot because she was there for 2 weeks by herself.
Child, I'm satisfied now. I guess if I was maybe in my 30s, I would probably do it. But nah, I mean, I don't.
Hey, Joanna.
I'm good. Hey, Joanna, baby.
I was just talking about you in the Kanika Jenkins sector. Yeah,
now
yeah.
I'm just
No, yeah, you're right. It was already bidding on you, like in that movie, Get Out.
I want to hear, Joanna. You want to hit the link? I want to hear what you have to say about the Smollett case because I know she gets into it too. I want to hear what she has to say about it.
She might know about Kendrick Johnson too. But
oh yeah,
I'm gonna look up the Millbrook twins because I do try to look up. Now the Millbrook twins are not that girl, are not those twins that killed their mama, is it?
Oh, I hope not.
And then took their bus to school.
The two light skinned ones. The two light skinned ones. They were crazy.
That better not be
evil. And their mom was so pretty. I was like,
yeah, those nut cases. I think somebody else said somebody else said drop the link too. She did drop it.
Did.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Vashti. Yeah, I think they were something
ungrateful nuts. Oh my goodness! And then went to school.
That was. I can't. Did y'all hear about that one? Okay, there was one case where this woman, she had like about 4 or 5 kids, right? Mm-hmm. And she had kids by this man, okay? But the two, okay, he was a molester. He had molested already. I should say molested. He had already molested her sister when she was younger. That she had known him ever since she was in school, okay? He had molested her sister. She still, she blamed her sister, whatever, and she still stayed with the same man. She moved out. They got married and everything. They had she had kids from somebody else, so it wasn't their kids. He had went with somebody else, so he had a kid from a different marriage, had that son over there and the daughter. Well, he started molesting the daughter, and when he molested the daughter, she told the brother, and the brother actually walked in on them. He told the mom, and the mom blamed the daughter and the son, and kicked them both out, and they went to live somewhere else. And then she got back with the baby dad, with their dad. But the kid was like, what the hell? It was just weird. I was like,
so you watched the same girl that I watch. It's a black girl. Yeah, black girl. She just did it. No, that's not her name. Isn't it her name? I thought it was just her name.
Black girl something. Yeah, that's her name. Black girl.
Hi.
What is it called? Black girl?
I don't know how long.
What is it? Let me look, because I just watched that the other day. I do watch that girl and she started doing videos like last year when they started. Was it last year? I think because she wanted to focus on black.
Putting awareness to black. Yeah, exactly, to black crime. I like watching her.
Let me get her name because I'll just watch that one.
It's really weird because like they found remember they found the car because the guy told. He's so like, I think it was on his conscience. He told a friend, remember, and that friend said, that they hadn't even mentioned it to anybody.
No. His brother told it because the brother was on drugs. And the brother mentions it every once in a while. They still don't know where that boy and that girl are. But the aunt said that last time
they found him in the woods.
No, they never found them. They still missing. They've been missing for years.
Wow.
No, they never found them.
With their life.
What case are you guys talking about?
I'm looking for the name of them now.
I know. It was, I can't think of the name, but she's looking. It's under Black Girl. Let me see. What is that? I can't go out of here because if I get out of it,
I know. That's why I'm looking on my TV.
I'll just red ball it when you get off, and I'll hear the name.
We didn't say the name. We don't know her name.
So what happened was, remember, he was in. See, here's the thing, though. They had split up when she told him that she had molested. That when they said,
but she was mad.
The man moved out and he was in an apartment. Well, remember, she said, "Oh, I'm going to drop the kids off." I don't know why after he'd already molested the girl, but I'm going to drop them
years ago.
It was.
Yes,
was it like years ago?
Yes, it was years ago.
Okay.
Well, when she dropped him
I
off
watch
there.
crime videos. I watch crime videos all the time, but I don't remember. I probably remember it. I just don't know the case right now.
I think that
it's not Layla Nicole, but Layla Nicole does.
No, it's Black Girl something. That's what it's called. Black Girl something. I can't think of the name of it. Black Girl Rocks or Black Girl. What is it called?
She must have 2 different videos because I don't subscribe to a Black Girls, but I just saw that video.
Let me see. Hold on. Let me look. Hold on. Let me go out of here.
Okay. But
hey, Joanna, we were asking.
You were asking about me, right?
I'm on the run.
I'm running from Loopy Loop. I don't want her to find me.
Who?
The loop-de-loop lady.
Oh my
She's
goodness.
nuts. Really? Oh, she's nuts. Yeah.
Yeah, I read it from
She's
her. I didn't think that she would already go put a video with my name and the title and everything. And
Did
she
she's
she?
all she keeps
crazy.
yeah, and all she keeps saying is I won, and I'm
Yes,
like,
she
this lady is crazy. I'm
is.
like, you can't argue with crazy. So I said, I'm not gonna mess with her no more because you can't argue with crazy. So I just leave her alone.
Wow.
Okay, I
I'm just
think
gonna
it
leave
was
her
Black.
alone because
Wait, is it Black Girl Lost? Is it Black Girl Unlost? Is what it's called. Yeah, Black Girl
Black
That's
Unlost.
what
Girl
yours is called?
Unlost,
Ooh, girl,
Unlost.
Uh huh. Yeah.
Okay, Black Girl Unlost. Okay, I'm
Uh
gonna do
huh.
that.
Look, I didn't
But
subscribe to
this
Black Girl
Jesse
Moms.
Smollett, honey, Tracy. Did you see how he showed out in that courtroom today, Tracy?
Mm-hmm.
Stop. It was just unnecessary. It was a sad shame, a scandalous shame. It really was. I was like, you know what? He's a narcissist. Thank you, Vashti. Thank you, baby, for the super
Yes, he
sticker.
is a straight
Um,
narcissist because though he is African American on one side of him, but at any time he
mhm.
never really like claimed his African American side. But now that he going through all this, he pro black, he black, he black. He throws the right fist in the air. I I don't I'm not suicidal. If something happened to me, I'm not suicidal. And then he throws that fist in the air. I said, if you don't go sit down somewhere,
I just wanted to throw
Ridiculous.
something. I wanted to throw something. I was like, please stop. Okay, so Yamin was in the back chat. Hold on. So Yamin, Nihar is actually still blocked. Nihar, I don't see her blocked. This is weird. I don't see her blocked anywhere. Nihar, can she send me, Yamin, can you send me her channel? Can you email, no, can you text me? Yeah. Can you text me her channel, please, Yamin?
who is it,
So that I can
Tracy?
go in there and see if I can do it from there. A Nihar is blocked.
Nehart?
Yesterday I said
Oh.
I blocked somebody and I didn't know how
Oh,
or
I
why I
remember you
blocked them.
saying that. I remember you saying that. You was like, "Oh my God, I blocked someone. I need to go fix
Yep, I was
it."
like,
I
bring them
remember you
back,
saying
y'all, bring them back. And so I was like, but I guess it was her and I didn't mean to. And I looked today and she wasn't blocked. I'm like, what the hell? But I think it's blocked under Google. I don't know why. I hate when that happens. So now I have to try and figure out how to unblock her. And I'm so pissed because I love her. I don't want her to be blocked. Dang.
Hey, Joanna, did you watch the video that the lady did about you?
Joanna, you
Joanna?
there? Is she there?
I don't know. She's on mute. You're on mute, Joanna.
Joanna, you are on mute, babe. Why are you on mute?
that because I had to go to the bathroom,
Okay.
and
Sorry.
I didn't want y'all to hear me using the restroom
Sorry.
and wash my hands. I was on mute. I heard y'all, but I couldn't do
Okay.
anything because I was in the bathroom, and I didn't want you guys to hear me using the
Sorry about
bathroom.
that.
No, you good. But say it
Did
again.
did
Did I watch her video of her
yeah.
on
What did
me?
she say? What did she say about you?
She just kept on saying like I was popped. She was just calling out me and Lady Snoop's name and just
Mm.
saying we were popped. We were popped because she didn't have the address, you know, to read or what have you. But the video that she was showing was
Mm-hmm.
not the actual video that she called in on. You get what I'm trying to say?
Mm.
She showed, she played a recording of
Oh,
her
you
talking to
popped her.
a,
Even Rita said you popped her. Yeah.
yes, she
It's
played a
only
recording of
she.
a male voice, but when she called on live, she was talking to a female on live. But she
Yeah.
just kept saying that me and Snoop was popping, and so I just left it alone. I'm like, you can't argue with
She's
crazy. You know
nuts.
what I mean? You
Was
can't argue.
was she up on a panel again today? Was she up on somebody's panel again
Yeah,
today?
she was on
'Cause I know
Pizarro. She was on Pizarro panel today, and she was
trying to drag.
trying to pop. Who was she trying to pop? Who was that? Who was she arguing
She
with?
said she was trying to
Uh,
drag today. She was trying to drag me
yeah,
today. I
she
was
was
like,
up there. She was up there with somebody. I can't remember who that was up there, but she was saying the same thing. You're pop. You're
beat
pop.
now.
That's her favorite word. You're
Child.
pop.
Oh, she won't let you talk. She's so annoying. I'm like, she needs
Yeah,
to keep it in a straitjacket. She's nuts.
yeah.
She just, I'm like, girl, you have no credibility in the black sector. At this
And
point, I
she
don't know
just
who's
kept
letting
on
her up on
saying,
the panel.
Shout out to Lady Nika. Shout out to Sean Bradley. Shout out to Jay. You know, hold on, you guys. I'm walking my garage, so it might be a little loud. But she kept saying that, like, over talking the lady that who she was, speaking with, right? She just kept
Mhm.
on saying, shout out to them, shout out to them, shout out to them. It was like, lady, they don't even have nothing to do with what you guys, the conversation that you guys got going on right now. But I guess her microphone is so good to where she just over talks them. You know what I mean? Like she
Who
was doing
has her
me.
address so I can send? I need to send a wellness check for her. Who has her address,
I
No,
y'all?
no,
don't
no,
know.
ma'am. I'm going
Something is
back in the
wrong with
chat.
her.
I
I
don't
want to
know
send
her
her
address, Cece.
something that would now that would be
No,
justified. That actually would be justified because she's not well.
Bye,
Something's
y'all.
wrong with
no.
her.
You do that. You do that when we're off your panel. Don't do that when
Oh,
we're
not
up here.
now, no. But I'm just saying that
Yeah.
she needs some serious help. Something is wrong with her.
Yeah, but don't do it while I'm up here because I ain't trying
Oh
to get
no,
into it with that lady because
nobody's
I
doing
see
that.
now that you can't argue with crazy and
Exactly.
I done been doxxed before and I don't need that lady like just keep on
Oh,
bringing me
she
up every
will. Yeah,
day.
she's that type that
That's
will.
what I'm
She'll do the
saying.
whole
That's
nine
what I'm
yards.
saying.
She's not. Mm-hmm.
That's
She's
what I'm
not.
saying.
She
She
did that
would
with
do it.
me, and she'll keep going. Like even if you mention her name, she'll do 10 videos. Like right now, she's gonna do like 5 more videos on me, and I'm fine because you have to
Right.
literally unsubscribe from her because she'll keep going. Mhm.
But if the
'Cause
thing is, it's like
she won't forget it.
when she was on Mimi's panel before Lady Nika came up there, when Kwani was up there, she was amening with Kiki, right? On Lady Nika. And then she was amening with that. And then when Lady Nika came up there, she changed. And I'm like,
Yeah,
lady, you just was sitting up
listen.
here calling Nika all kinds of bees. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, uh-huh. She was doing that. That's why I was like, she
Yeah.
was just over there putting Lady Nika down. That's why I did that video to let people see how fake she is.
That's
I'm not
why
gonna
I
keep
said you can't argue with
doing
crazy. So I'm just gonna leave her alone because I ain't trying to be doxxed no more. I don't want to be in her little crazy little life. She can have her little life, whatever she's living over there in her little hut, and because she seems to be, I don't know what's wrong with her, but she seems to be, she just want to, I don't know. Okay, so today when she was on Pizarro, she said she modded for 60 days. She said. Then someone came up and said, "No, you didn't. It was only 14 days or something, or something to that nature." Then she said she left. She left, right? And
Mhm.
then she came back up and she said, "Before Fi kicked me out, she before she realized what she said it before Fi kicked me out." And then we was all like, "Wait a minute, you just said you left." But now you saying she kicked you. You know what I'm saying? So
Because she knows
she's
that we all knew
delusional.
what
She's
happened.
delusional.
She was trying to lie. She's always been
Hmm.
trying to lie, saying she left. She knows we all know she was kicked out. It's no secret. We all knew she was kicked out as the ex. Everywhere she goes, she's kicked out of. She's a misfit.
Can
Okay, someone's
wait
asking
a
me
minute, excuse
about
me,
the case
ladies.
with the Millbrook tip. So is that who it is? Someone's in the chat asking
No,
me, did I hear about the case about the Millbrook twins? Is that who
no,
you guys were
that's
speaking
Let me
of?
something
check her.
different. That's something
Oh,
different we're gonna
okay,
look up.
okay.
But look, Tracy,
Let
the
me check
person that
it.
I follow who did the video, her
Uh-huh.
name is Tangela Young.
Okay, yes. Okay, yes. That's her.
Is it the two
Yeah,
sisters?
she
Is
has a
it the two
curly hair.
sisters?
Yes, I know her.
Did you guys talk about the
She
two sisters that killed the mom?
That's what we were
no.
thinking too. Is that her? But I
Uh-uh.
don't think so.
Okay, Tangela
Okay,
is the
so I
one that
think
she's
that's what
very
they talking about in the chat. The two sisters that killed the mom. Okay, because I
okay,
Oh,
yeah.
that
remember
is
I
the
those
just
one.
cases.
Okay,
recently
yeah, those two nutcases.
okay, so I
Yeah,
just
no,
recently
Yeah.
subscribed
Tangela
to
is the one.
I
She just
just
did the video 2 weeks ago.
yeah, that's who I seen that one from because
Okay,
I do Black
okay. Yeah,
Girl and
no,
I
I
Yeah.
do
haven't seen that
Tangela.
one. I
I
Tangela is
was
haven't
one
like,
seen that one.
I don't follow anybody named Black Girl. That's why I was like, wait a minute.
okay.
Yeah.
Tangela, yeah, I
Tangela.
got him confused. Tangela gave a lot of specific details. I like her because she sits in her living room and she just literally gets into
Yeah.
detail with it. I mean, she's really good. So yes,
Yeah.
I like her. Now that's that one. Now that's the one we were talking about. Yes, and she
Yeah.
gave great detail in that. I was like,
And what was her
wow. I
name,
mean,
Tracy? Angela
There's
what?
a Tangela
Tangela,
Young.
Angela Young. Okay.
Tangela. Yeah. She
Young.
did the
yeah.
Okay.
video. But somebody was asking about the West Boys. That is so sad that those adopted parents killed
Mm.
that little boy. I'm glad
Oh man,
those two
and
boys.
that's
I
out
knew they
here
did
in
it.
California City. That's out here in
I knew
California
they
City
did
where I'm
it.
at.
I
Yeah,
knew they did
but
it.
you know they
I knew
still
they did
haven't
it.
found those bodies though. But they charged
No,
them. They haven't
but
found the
when they
bodies,
said
but they
when
charged
they
them.
no, but when they said they brought out the dog, like the cadaver dogs or search dogs,
Hmm.
and the search
Mhm.
dogs didn't smell the kids outside the house, I was like, please, those kids never
No,
left the house. That's what happened.
when the neighbors videos didn't see the mom or the dad in the backyard searching for them, that had me because this was like a year and a half ago. Because I follow I'm a mob for some lady in my other sector, and we've been
Mm-hmm.
following this because we're both in California. So we've been following
Mhm.
this case since it happened, right? So
Mhm.
when the neighbor's camera didn't show the mom and the foster parents in the backyard looking for them like they said they were, that's when we knew it was BS. Because their camera shows right in their backyard and they didn't show them out there not once looking for them boys.
No, and it's just sad that you adopted these little boys and then killed them, and then I
Didn't
don't
even
understand.
offer him to the father. Didn't even offer the kids to the father or the
No, they
grandparents or the
mm-mm.
grandparents.
No, no.
Yeah, that was right
And
here in California City, right out
that was
here
so
where I'm at.
crazy. That was so
Hmm.
crazy. When I first saw it, I knew they did it. I said, what do you mean the kid? It was something about the timing. Remember they said they were looking for them for a long time before they even bothered calling
Hmm.
the police. I
Right.
was like, please,
And then he
no
said
way.
the wife went back in the house. He said he went back in the house, and then
Hmm.
him and his wife went back in the house to search for the kids. Now these kids is not 5 months, 6 months old where they can roll up under a bed and you can't see them. They 5, 6 years old. So where the hell
Exactly.
what the heck you think you gotta be walking around the whole house looking for them? Because if you call their name, they should answer. You get what I'm saying?
Child.
And
Exactly.
then
Okay.
yeah, and then he said first we looked in the backyard and then we could see them, but then the neighbor's camera showed no physical evidence of them being in their backyard at all, looking for them children in that backyard.
I knew they did it. But
Is
I
this
just
someone? Did they look like twins? The little black boys? Were they two little black boys?
Yeah,
yeah.
but they were 1 year apart. They were 1 year apart.
Hmm.
Okay, I
Very
think I seen
little.
that on Black Girl Unlost. I need to actually watch that one. So maybe
Very
I'll
Yeah,
little.
subscribe to both of those because
they
both of them
looked
look
So
like
they've
good.
given
twins,
an
but they weren't.
update. They've given an update, and the update is they arrested the parents for the murder.
Oh my
Yeah, they
God. See,
charged them. They charged them, but they haven't found the bodies. But they charged them with the disappearance and the murder of them. But they haven't found no bodies. And this just
Hmm.
came
that's
out
crazy.
last week. Last week.
That's crazy. That's just, I don't know what's going on with people. I mean, you just can't be killing folks. I just don't know where they get that from. It's
No,
weird.
no. And then, like I said, I have a daughter, who's married, and her husband don't have children, and they're paying money, to going through the intervenal. Well, however
Hmm.
you say that word, to try to have children, and
Uh-huh.
you got people who have kids and doing this that hurts my heart, because I have one daughter, and I have two sons, and my daughter's the
Mm.
oldest. Like I don't even care about my boys. I just want my daughter to have at least one child. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And for her not to be able to have one, and then for me to see stuff like that, it hurts. It hurts my heart.
Yeah,
And,
absolutely.
and and here I am. I'll be 55 years old in July, and I have not one grandchild, not one.
Well, now wait a
Um,
minute. That's young. But
it'll
listen,
happen, babe.
my I when they happened last year, when it first happened last year, they never really gave an explanation as to why they took the kids from the mother. But when they did, they took the kids from the mother, gave them to his family who adopted them, and they changed their names. They never gave a real reason as to why. And that's why people were saying, well, if you didn't want them, you could have gave them back to the father. And the
Right.
father's upset, of course. But but again, why did they even take them from her? That,
Um. It was. I remember. I can't remember, but I do remember they did have a reason. I do. They did have a reason, but I can't remember it at this point. But there were other children in that home also.
they were
That was
their
that
kids.
was there.
Their
That
kids.
was their children.
Yeah,
Yeah, their
yeah.
children. There was also children in their home that was their children.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I did look up the Milbrook twins, and one of my Brooke McKenna is a lady I watch, and Danielle Hallen. They both did videos on them. They're the fraternal twins that just disappeared one day and nobody knows where they are. I did see that one too. I did. They're white YouTubers that did videos about them. But I did watch that. I did watch that video to see that they came up missing. They still don't know where they are. They just disappeared one day.
Yeah, I'm gonna look them up too. Cause I
Yeah.
when I get off YouTube, I watch, cause I have everything like cast into my TV. I don't even know why I pay a cable bill, child. Cause I have stuff cast into my TV, to YouTube, everything. But I like to watch
Mhm.
the court shows and crime videos. First
I do
48, all
too.
that stuff. Yeah, that's what I like to watch, stuff like that. But I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I
look
do
that
too.
up. I'm gonna look that up and wait, hold on for a second. Let me type it in my other phone while I'm sitting right here. What was it called? The name of the lady that we should look for?
Well, the Millbrook twins. If you look them up, a lot of people did videos
No,
on them.
no, I did. I know about them, but the first lady, the first one you
Oh,
said, the lady name,
Tangela Young.
Tangela. Okay, so I'm typing it in
Hmm.
my phone right now. So when I get off the phone with you guys, I can watch it.
Yeah, I watch a few black YouTubers that do videos. Some of them do like makeup, and murder. The black girls who do it, and then one of them she does
Mhm.
makeup and murder. She does skincare and murder. So I kind of watch those things. Sometimes I have to watch it twice because I get caught up in watching their makeup as well. But
See, I don't. I've never wore makeup, so I won't. I won't never
oh,
go to no
but the
makeup.
ladies are funny. So it's funny because they say
Oh,
all the time like if you
okay.
don't watch makeup, you'll be fine. You can still watch it. So one of them is
Oh, okay.
Brittany Vaughn. She's good.
Okay.
She's funny
Yeah.
too. And
Yeah,
then
but
another one
it's
is
just sad. Like I said, when people make fun of people not being able to have kids and stuff like that, it just breaks my
Mhm.
heart. It breaks my heart because
Absolutely.
It's just ridiculous
my
because some people think that people really want to. I mean, I don't want to have any. I mean, I think
no, no,
people
no,
think
no,
it's
no.
a
I'm not
breed.
speaking on you. I'm not speaking on you.
No,
But
not.
my
I'm just
daughter,
saying
my
in
daughter
general.
really wants to have one, and she can't.
Yeah.
Oh, I hear you.
And
Yeah,
and
I
and
hear you.
so it's hard on her. So to hear people
Yeah,
speak on that, it hurts me because at first she started out spending money. Her and her husband spending money on that, and I told her to stop that.
Mhm.
Let God take over. You watch your diet, do all this. Let God take over.
yeah,
She's 32 years old. I said you got time. You know what I mean? And so it
yeah.
just it just it just breaks my heart because like I said, I'm not even a grandparent at 50. I'll be 55. But I just at least I
Um,
just want her to have at least just one. I don't care about them damn boys because always it's always a mama's baby, daddy's maybe type of shit when it comes to your boys. But
yeah.
with the daughter,
Um,
it's yours. You know what I mean?
yeah. It'll happen. I mean, she's probably under. It's probably a lot of pressure too. Because when you're thinking about it, that's when it
Mhm.
happens. And a lot of times when
Mhm.
I've heard of people that adopted, or they were in the process of adoption, and then the stress was off of them, and so all of a sudden the person gets pregnant. So then they still
Yeah.
go. I've heard of that too. So
She
it's
has
just like,
been, and she's lost
mhm.
too. You know what I mean? She has
Oh,
been. She lost
oh no,
too.
I'm sorry to hear that,
She
babe.
just cry, and then there's nothing I can do. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah,
it's hard.
yeah.
It will happen, but I think my mom was in her 50s before she became a grandparent too. But that's kind of well for my mom. I think it was young because that means your kids were in their 20s. So
Right. But child,
why
these days, child, look,
I don't see
I got
why give up
my
why
friends is great grandmas now. Ain't that something? And I ain't
wow
became
see
a
Wow.
grandma.
no
You get what I'm
girl.
saying? How today's society is. How
Mm-mm,
today's
Yeah.
society is. My friends are great grandmamas, and I haven't even
mm-mm,
been able to get one.
mm-mm, mm-mm. Yeah, no,
Hmm.
that's no. Yeah, my girlfriend was like 37 when she had
That's what I try
she,
to tell my daughter. I
she
say,
was
you
30 my
got
girl
it
no
don't
no.
happen.
She
It
was
don't happen.
37 when the first grandbaby came. She
Oh
was
wow. Okay.
37.
Well, that's about right. Yeah, I think that's
No,
about
it's
right.
not. No, it's
It is.
not.
It
No.
is.
So she had her daughter at 17 because she was still in high
Okay.
school. And then her
Uh-huh.
daughter had her first child at 20. And neither one of them had started out on life before they was popping out babies. So no.
To see
Okay, so it's
me,
too young.
I was I
So
was
it's too young.
I was 23, 24, and 26 when I had my
No, that's
kids.
too early. My mom was 21, but that's too early. Yeah, but no.
Yeah, yeah. See, I was 23, 24, and 26. Now,
Yeah.
compared to my friends, like you said, they were
Hmm.
16, 17, 18. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
And if their children turn
Mhm.
around and get pregnant at the same time,
Yeah, that's the same
then yeah,
thing.
they're
Yeah,
young. Yeah, they're
yeah. So
young.
that's why I said they're going on great grandparents.
Yeah.
I mean, they're, you know what I mean, and I haven't even became one grandparent, but they're gonna, because they started at 16, 17, 18. I started,
Yeah,
my
but you
three
know
children.
what? Let me tell you, you're probably going to be in a much better place because my mom, again, she was maybe like 50, 51, right? I think.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
I know she was early 50s when my brother gave her some. And yeah, she didn't want to babysit. No, not at all.
Oh, I
My,
can't wait.
but I'm
No,
just
I
saying
can't
she
wait.
was like
I
because
can't
she was
wait.
still on the move. So if
Mhm.
you're in a space where you can do that, that's
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
Because
I'm in that space
my
right
mom
now.
was like working. She was still she was working, which is why she was like, well, no, I'm
Mhm.
working. she just she
Yeah,
just
but I
could
am
not
too. But
take off like that.
I am too. But I'm still in that space. I just can't wait.
Yeah. No, they live out of town. So that whole like, oh, let me send the kids here for the summer. My mom was like, oh no, she wasn't she can now, but she at the time she was like, mm-mm. So
Yeah,
I
it'll
mean,
happen.
yeah. So
I know
if
we
you're in that
had
space,
look at
that's good.
what's her name? What's the singer name? That's pregnant right now. What's
Brianna,
her, yeah,
Rihanna.
Rihanna, and
Mhm.
then we had Cardi B. We had
Yeah.
Nicki Minaj. They were late bloomers, and Janet Jackson. You know, so
Mhm.
okay,
Cardi B was in her mid 20s when she had that baby.
I
okay,
love
okay. We'll leave
Cardi.
her
She was
out
like
there.
20.
We'll
She was
leave
like
her out. We'll leave
24.
her out
Wasn't
there.
she like
Okay.
24? She wasn't
I
young.
think so.
Okay. I
Yeah.
know
I mean, she
Nikki was
wasn't
in her
old. She wasn't
30s.
old. Nikki
I
was
know Nikki was in her
37.
30s, and I know
37.
Rihanna's in her 30s, and Janet was probably
31.
like
No,
50.
Rihanna's 32, right? Isn't Rihanna
And
32?
look at Eve. Look
I
how old
don't
is
know.
Eve? Eve just had a baby.
Eve is 40
Yeah. Yes.
because she's
Okay.
older
What's her name?
than
What
me.
about that one girl? What is her name? Isn't she Kelly? Is it Kelly Rowland? She was old when she had hers, right? And she's like in her, well, not old, but she's like 30, right? When she had hers.
Oh,
Isn't it Kelly Rowland?
Yeah,
from
yeah,
Beyonce.
30.
Yeah.
She was like 30
Yeah.
something. Yeah, because she's 40
Mhm.
now. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay,
And I
Hmm.
guys.
think
Thank you. You
one of
made
them
me
is
feel
like
better.
3. So yeah.
You
Yeah.
made me feel. You guys made me feel better. Okay. There's a
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
chance.
yeah. You put too much pressure on that. Let your daughter enjoy her 20s. Girl.
Exactly.
No,
Yeah. Or her
she's
30s. She's 30, right? 30.
oh she's in her 30s. Yeah, she's in her 30s.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
Girl,
32.
you
She's
know what I
30.
was doing? You know what I was doing at 30? I wish somebody would be calling me mama.
Child, I
At
was having a
32, I was
blast.
already done. No, I was already done at
Mm-mm.
32 because I was 23, 24, and 26. So in my 30s, I was already done. So I lived my
Can
life.
Mm-mm.
I
somebody
lived my
please,
whole
hold on, y'all.
30s.
Hold on, y'all. Can somebody please go get me, one of my moderators, please go get me that link to Nihar, please? Because I thought y'all was modded up, and I thought, I don't know where he went, but I thought that he was modded up. But he kept putting it in the chat, and apparently I couldn't see it because he can't put it, you can't put a link in of an email unless you're a moderator. So whoever's a mod in the chat, let me see if there's anybody in here that's
He should
modded
have put
up.
it in he should have put it in the back chat. You can put mods in
Um,
the back. I mean, you can
I
put links in the back
know.
chat.
I didn't even think to
no,
tell him, and he left out. I was like, where did he go?
I
I was
I
looking for
only
him. I'm like,
saw
where did he
Muffy
go?
Tracy, but that was like 15 minutes ago. Muffy was here.
I know. I don't know where they went, but I
Well,
was gonna move him up.
12:30. I gotta go. I
Yeah.
got class tomorrow.
I know, y'all. I
See,
know. We've been on
12:30.
here for a good time. We've been on
See,
here for a good while.
it's
Yeah,
9:26 here. It's
oh, see,
9:26 here in
no, no,
California.
no.
See?
And normally what I do is when Tracy has like her overnight videos, I usually catch her, like she came on kind of early today, but I usually
Uh-huh.
catch her in the mornings. I go back and watch it in the mornings. So
That's good. I'm glad you do. Thanks, babe. I appreciate it.
oh yeah.
But
No,
yeah,
I
it was
got
a
Okay.
good conversation. I mean, it was a good conversation we had. I was trying to link it towards something else, but I don't know where Red Pill went. But anyways, we'll probably do that later on. I really wanted her to hit the panel, but we'll do that another time because we've been on here for a long time. Thank you, Joanna,
Okay.
for coming up.
All right.
Thank you,
All right.
Rashida.
Thank
thank
you
Good
guys.
you.
night,
Bye,
ladies.
Like
ladies.
chicken. It was
Thank
nice speaking
you.
with you, ladies. Have a good night.
Same
Bye,
here.
guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye
Good night,
bye.
Okay,
everybody in the chat.
night. We will see you guys in the chats, everybody. I'm not sleepy, so we're going to run these streets. We will see y'all in the chats, and I will talk to y'all later, everybody. Peace.